The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. Enjoy the show.
Hey gamers, this podcast was recorded in front of a live studio audience, held against their will.
The following podcast contains content not suitable for young audiences. That includes you, little Jimmy.
Stop.
Gamer girls and gamer boys of all ages over the age of 13.
Yeah, not of all ages, Skylar.
Yeah.
This is not for children.
Ew.
Thane, say something explicit.
No,
like
easy,
Twitter.
Thane, easy.
Easy explicit?
Easy. Follow the gray line,
What
Thane.
is-
Get in the gray line.
Explicit, but easy.
What is the greatest meme of this decade? I'll show you who's boss of this gym.
I don't get it.
I
but
don't either.
Okay, that
Screw
works,
you,
I
Leatherhead.
guess.
Ah!
No,
I
I was
don't
thinking about
understand
that.
that.
I was thinking about that. The one He-Man singing the song.
And I said,
I don't know if that makes it. I've heard that high-pitched noises is good for kids,
You know
though.
You know what?
What's going on?
You know what?
And I said,
I like what's in between your pants. Let me take it, boy. Oh no.
okay, Leatherhead.
Okay, that's
I don't know.
explicit
Whoa.
enough. Welcome to the RadKatz podcast.
I don't know. What he's talking
What's it called again, Cole?
Talking Rad.
Thane, what season are we
Put the
on?
graphic
Yeah,
up
Talking
there.
Rad.
Season Tress. And
Talk-
don't worry, it's not like Uno Dolce in this is Green Day. We can forget about that, right?
Yeah, that's bad.
You forget
It's,
about the
Sorry,
Rad-
man,
it's
I love you,
Talking
buddy.
Rad, the Rad podcast.
Walmart got
what it
a
is.
bad album.
Cats.
Walmart got
Oh
three bad
yeah,
albums.
it's the Radcast. I forgot.
The
What's
cast.
that? Was that a
Radcast,
Walmart
podcast.
exclusive? That out those albums
For a while.
Jeez.
Yeah, they were a Walmart. They're now on Spotify, but
Yeah.
Guys, as you can tell, Thanos snapped, and we got a new set.
yay, thank you, Thanos.
Yeah, and shout out to Young Thick
Perfectly balanced.
for buying
as all
this
things
epic
I'm
should.
food.
sitting
futon.
on Thicky's money right here.
Pretty much. That's exactly what
Thick's
we're
such
doing.
a good
Shout out
man.
Little Thick.
You know what we should do?
Thanos.
We should
good
put
meme of the
executive
year,
producer.
of
Give
decade two.
give Thicky a credit. We should have credits. Closing
could do
credits.
set.
Executive producer Thicky. That's what
Yeah.
people always do whenever you
Or the
contribute.
set funding for the set.
Or
Little
it's
Thicky.
always executive producer.
Executive producer. I used to know what that was. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is anymore.
No, but that's
Essentially, like my teacher always called himself the executive producer of our shows that we would produce, because he was the one that would just double check to make sure everything worked right.
exactly. So I mean,
Okay.
in a
So
way,
okay.
Thicky's.
He did it by making it so we could
Yeah.
sit.
So I think
Yeah.
Thick is technically a
Thick, you the
executive
man.
producer.
You're executive producer.
Make sure you point at the other camera thing. We got two cameras, but we're only using that
Yeah,
one.
we're just using
Executive
the webcam
producer.
to look at us.
I can't.
It's a monitor thing.
So
He looks like
Yeah.
so one of my favorite memes was pregnant ladies when Thanos
Wait, what are
snapped
you
and literally
doing?
was like put it on water. And
What
literally
is your-
coughing up cinnamon?
But why did you just all of a sudden start
Oh.
talking about your favorite meme? What is this
I don't
favorite
know.
meme of?
He's just
Uh,
going
Is
back
Is
to
it
the intro.
favorite meme of the past 10 years?
He's trying to be
Yeah.
offensive.
We can't go
He's
there
trying to be
yet.
offensive.
Well,
Oh, we're not there yet?
No, we got some other things we got to
Yeah,
dance around.
sorry,
first.
I was just talking about that meme.
They're just talking about
Holidays,
memes.
Everybody, how was your
Yeah, guys, we took a break. We took a week off. And in that week's time, we got a new set. Cole made some epic new graphics for the channel, as you can tell. Maybe. What do you think of the new thumbnail too, though?
Maybe.
Well, I mean, if they saw it, maybe.
Yeah. We gotta take a picture for the thumbnail still, guys.
Should we do it right now? No, well, we won't do it
We'll
on
do
the
it after
show.
the
Yeah, we'll do
stream.
it after the show.
Or the
Yeah, it
Stream?
depends on if they
Excuse me.
depends on if they watch the VOD or if they watch the live stream. You never
True.
know where they jump in at.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys want to watch
Yeah.
the live stream of our life, we stream 24 hours a day on
Grinder.
Is it
Gr-
D
Is that in the
Live?
chat?
It's
right
D
there?
Live.
D
Stream,
Live.
Yeah.
stream on D Live.
Justin TV.
Yeah.
They knows what that is. Do you guys know what that is?
I heard
My
of
dad
it.
knows what that
Wasn't
is.
that what
Precursor
Twitch was
to
before?
Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was right.
That's what Twitch was
And now
before.
it's-
Boom.
That's
and
where
now
you'd
it's
watch
gone.
Family
Rest in
Guy.
peace.
You that's where you watch Family Guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Because there was an app on your phone. My mom and dad wouldn't get mad if I was watching Family Guy with headphones on.
See, Cole, you use the internet so much. I didn't know what the internet was until
I
I
didn't
was
know-
in high school.
My brother taught me that one, actually.
I
surprisingly.
crazy.
didn't think about that going to Justin TV, looking at the live stream, saying, "Ooh, Family Guy, Simpsons."
That was the main thing on Justin TV was, like, other TV shows. Like, that's what people would just do. They just stream TV
Nice.
shows. And they never, like, streamed themselves or anything.
And
It's a
now
good way to get
Twitch
viewers.
basically has such a stranglehold on viewership.
that.
It's really hard. Well, unless you're the game Artifact, which they just got away with.
Porn.
Oh no.
Yep, they got away with all of that.
P-O-R-N.
People do that on
P-P-O-R-N.
YouTube though. There's always live streams of
Yeah.
cartoon shows on YouTube.
That's true. I always wondered how they get away with that. I don't think they do. I think they just,
There's
I
so
think they just
many-
make multiple accounts.
I wonder how they're
There's
still
so many
alive.
sock
Oh wait, I
puppet
don't think they are.
Yeah, they got a lot of burners thing.
Yeah, they got so many. That's what they called sock puppet accounts. They got so many of those that they'd be like, "Oh, on to the next
Why
one."
are they called sock puppets?
I'm
Is
not
it because
sure.
you got socks for Christmas, Thane?
Yeah.
Cocksuppet.
Oh my god.
Tell us about it, Thane. How was your Christmas?
Oh my
Yeah,
Christmas!
how was your
my
holidays,
Christmas.
Thane?
I got 2 socks, and each of them had $100 in them each.
Yeah, exciting.
You got $400?
No, just $200.
You had 100
Oh,
each
there's
sock.
two-
So you
200
got
in each
one pair of
sock.
socks and $200.
Yeah.
Thane, I gotta ask you: are you still in possession of these $200?
No.
He bought,
What'd you spend it on?
he bought War Luigi's.
About 3 games.
What'd you buy?
That sex
About
game?
about
That sex game?
um.
Luigi, Smanchy?
So at Walmart, they had every game was like $10 off. What it looked like.
Wait, no
Like
thing.
most games were like $10 off. So I got Dragon Quest 11 on Switch. Hat in Time on Switch. Then I found $20. I found Rayman Legends on Switch.
on PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Wait, Thane, what about that one game you were playing the other day where you can you stop? You were like a little robot on a wheel.
Huh?
That one
Robot
game
on
you
wheels?
robot. You're a little robot. You ride around on a wheel.
Oh, that game. Like I used my Nintendo points and got it for free. It's called Defunct. It's just a short little indie game.
Oh, okay.
I beat it like an hour.
Is
Like,
that the
oh,
one
that's-
with the guy with the green hat?
No, that's Luigi's Mansion 3.
Is that the indie game
No.
made by that small indie company?
Nintendo?
Yeah, that was.
Guys, you should support Nintendo. They're a small indie company
Yeah.
just barely getting started.
Yeah.
They really like that.
I'm glad that made
Next
him laugh.
meme.
I'm glad that made him
Next
laugh.
meme. Sky, what'd you get for Christmas? What'd you do?
I got a hat and money. So I got one beanie and I got $200 as well.
Nice.
You can buy
nice.
some beanies with that.
It's true.
You can buy multiple beanies.
By the way, let it be known, I love my mom and dad to death. Don't get me wrong. But I would much
But-
rather have,
But
instead of receiving money, I would much rather get like one gift that they put thought in that was like relatable to me, if that makes any sense. Like money to me,
You're the opposite of most people our age.
yeah, I
would
was gonna
say.
say I'm kind of not that way.
I'm totally that way, dude. Like I don't really like the money's great and all, but it's like, yeah, here's some money, and it's like, oh, well, what happened to the magic of Christmas, where it was like, wow, I'm opening up a gift that it's a surprise.
You grew
Oh,
up.
They got me something,
You got older.
and now it's just like, oh,
So
here,
just tell 'em how it is.
here's some money. Which, like I said, don't get me wrong, mom and dad, shout out, love you guys, appreciate you.
Do better next
No,
year.
well, and the thing is like I don't expect anything either, but it's like awesome when they give you like a surprise gift. You know what I mean? It's like,
Exactly.
oh, and here's this, even if it's like a shirt or a hat. You know, I think last year they gave me a shirt that was like I think it was like The Office or something, something
sizes
funny that
too
was
big.
relatable, and it's like, man, that's a good
like
gift.
the Grinch.
What they should do is, I think you have to find a good mixture. Maybe get a good gift, but also give you a little dough.
What's funny that you say that is that I got a good mix.
See, I knew it. That's why I said it.
I got a nice little chunk of change, and my mom didn't know what to get me because I didn't tell her, so she got me a nice little speaker.
Where's it at?
It's right there.
there it is.
It ain't little, dudes.
It's
Right.
pretty
It's
big.
nice,
it's a
dude.
big speaker, plays music really loudly.
It's a nice clunker.
I saw your Pikachu costume too.
Clunker.
Yeah, my brother got me that.
That's awesome.
A Pikachu costume.
Pikachu
I look really
onesie.
silly in it.
We're gonna go on a hunt. We're gonna catch Pikachu.
Dude, I mean, he said the reason he got that for me was so that we could make videos with it.
Dude,
That was his whole
you know
point.
we are. You know we are. We're gonna do something.
It'd be cool if it was green and then you could put like an animation on it.
Oh yeah,
That'd be sick,
that'd be
dude.
really, I'm sure you could just yellow.
Yeah, you can just
Yellow
chroma key the
green.
yellow.
Yeah, chroma
Okay.
key the yellow.
Dude, then you can be out shiny hunting while someone's shiny hunting on you.
Oh,
That'd be gnarly.
wow.
It just shows like the screen of the game.
Yeah. So you're running around doing stuff and then someone's like catching something on you. That'd be cool.
Oh, how about you, Zay? How was your Christmas?
It's good.
Yeah, anything exciting? Any socks?
I got fair
didn't get
pair of
I'm kinda
socks.
salty about that. I like socks.
I got socks. Let's see. I got some candy.
Ooh. Keep going. I remember.
and I got a Dollar Shave Club kit. That's about it.
Oh, did you really?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you've used it. I used to be a subscriber.
Oh, you
Dollar
did?
Shave Club.
Do you
yeah.
recommend
I didn't
it?
know that.
I do actually. If you're a fan of like the normal like styled razors, I heavily recommend Dollar Shave Club. Make sure you do the option where you get it every other month, because if you get it every month, it'll start building up a stockpile that you'll never run out of. It took me like 3 years to run out of that stockpile after I canceled my subscription. I'm not kidding.
How much were you paying a month?
$1 or $2. $2 a month. I think I paid $2 a month for 2 years, and I had a stockpile of like 5 years worth of shaving supplies.
Imagine
still
having
have
a
it?
Other than shaving cream.
Imagine having a stockpile of that. That'd be hilarious. I'd love to see that in your room.
It's like, yeah, dude, I got a whole closet full of Dollar Shave Club items. It's like, why, sir?
Does anyone need to shave?
I would only get the cartridges for the razors, because they only give you one handle. I still have that handle somewhere. I don't know where it is, and I don't have any more cartridges though. I think I still have the last cartridge left on the handle though.
That's
just in
freaking
case.
cool though.
Was it a good razor? Like, do you recommend it?
Oh yeah, it was really nice actually.
Because I go through these phases with shaving where, like, I like how clean of a shave I can get with razors, but I hate shaving my face. So then I'll switch to an electric razor for
it
like
doesn't get
4 or 5 months.
though.
Yeah, and it doesn't cut. It cuts
Yeah.
like garbage, but it's
It's
way
soft
faster.
in your face.
I
Yeah,
hate
and
electric
I don't cut
razors.
my face, so I'm like, okay, but then I end up going back to a regular razor for a while because I want a cleaner looking shave so I don't look like I freaking did a hack job on my face.
Electric razors give me more razor burn than actual razors do.
Really?
The actual razors
They
are way
hurt.
better.
They hurt me like crazy.
I don't ever get razor burn.
Actual razor. The thing is, if you're gonna use an actual razor and you don't want to hurt yourself, I always try to not shave when my hair's too long, because if it's too long, then it just hurts.
Well, that's when you get an electric and trim it down. Real
See, I just
quick.
don't have
Yeah.
one, so like I
Or
like to shave
clippers.
anyway, so like I
Clippers.
try to stay on top of it instead of letting it grow up too
Like if
long.
I were to shave my entire beard off, I would just use clippers to get off. Then I would use a
Razor.
A razor.
Yeah.
I've just been using the single blade razor, like the double edge, like the one handle.
I need to
double-edged
get one of
versus
those.
Single razor. I really like it. My brother had it and he didn't like it, so I just took it from him. And he had a bunch of razors still. There's a whole world of that stuff that I know a little bit about. I kind of breached the
You wanna-
surface a little bit, and it's really exciting. I mean, it's not that exciting, but it's exciting for razors.
You guys want to know something? I don't think I've ever used a normal razor. Like,
What do you
Do you
use?
just use an electric one?
Yeah, I just used electric razor.
Oh, I didn't know
in
that.
life.
We should think. You should do a
Yeah.
video
That'd be a
tutorial
funny
on
video.
showing us how you think you should shave your face with cream.
We could
And a
all do
razor.
like shaving.
I need
videos.
it. Yeah, I
That'd
need
be
to get a
crazy.
shaving
Yeah,
kit.
see how different everyone's routine is. How you shave.
That'd be cool.
You get a $5 shave club kit and just
Like I said, my routine changes about every 5 or 6 months because maybe I just get bored with how I shave. I hate shaving. Let it be known. I hate pooping too, but I would much rather poop than shave.
Really?
Yeah, I hate shaving that
I
bad.
really enjoy shaving. It's really fun to just like get your neck all warm and then like shave off each of the little bit of the cream. I don't know, it's fun.
I just think I suck at shaving, and that's why
I see.
I hate it. Because I always
Mm.
cut myself, dude.
You know what you should do, guys?
You need a better blade. That's
just-
it.
Well,
I need-
that's
I-
part of it.
No, I've got
yeah.
a good blade because I've got the Gillette Fusion.
So
I just
mean,
suck.
not
I
good- it's
suck
not good
at
for you,
shaving.
though.
I've tried a lot of different razor blades,
Exactly,
and
you
I
gotta keep
still
going.
suck. I
You
just
gotta
keep
keep
cutting my
going.
face.
Keep going.
One day you'll find the one for you. That's how it works.
I did, however, the
Ain't that the
dick
truth? One day you'll find the one that doesn't cut you. That's the truth right there, dude.
relationship
Ain't that the
advice
truth?
by using razor
Don't
blades
get
as
cut.
metaphors.
So what I was gonna say though is what you gotta do someday is go to a barber and have them shave your face.
I have.
You've done it before?
yeah.
It's awesome.
Yes, and then they put like this alcohol on your
Oh
face,
my
and it
gosh.
burns, but it's the
It's
good
amazing.
burn,
It's amazing.
and it smells good. You're just like, oh, but dude,
I've only ever had it one time in my life, but it was one of the greatest, most like. I understand why girls like to go like manicures and stuff now because it's the same thing. I bet it was awesome. It was incredible.
I've had manicures, less than impressive.
Really?
It's pretty boring,
That's lame.
and they painted my toenails after.
No, that's a pedicure, bro.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, like just getting
Yeah,
your
dog.
face shaved and you're not doing anything. You're just laying there getting shaved. It's so good, dude.
I can attest to that. Like, it was the one and only time that I went to a barbershop, and this beautiful looking man, he came and chopped up my hair. He gave me he shaved my head bald. He gave me a black guy haircut. Like,
Yeah.
shaved me, used like a one, shaved it all off, and I didn't ask him to. I was
Fade,
like,
bro. He gave you a fade.
yeah, that's what it was. But he asked me, he's like, hey, so what do you want me to do? I was like, I don't know, just cut a little off the top. He's like, okay, puts on a one and shaves
Takes
my
the
whole head.
thing off.
Like,
Beautiful.
okay, but
Beautiful.
he
That's how
took a
it's meant to
razor
be.
blade and he like went on my hairline when I still had one, and he like trimmed me all up real nice, did the
Yeah.
back of my neck, and then he shaved my face with and it was like a single blade that he just shaved my
Yep.
face with, and I was like, dude, this is amazing.
I would say I got really lucky because I got mine for free. There was a buddy, Skylar knows him really well. A buddy of ours was going through like hair school, like how to cut hair, how to be a barber, how to shave faces and stuff like that. And he needed like a guinea pig basically.
I know this is.
And he called me up. He was like, "Hey, can you do this?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, free haircut any day of the week. I'll do that. Even if it doesn't look good, I don't care." But it was legit one of the best experiences I've had, like grooming myself. And
That's
I didn't even do
cool.
it to myself. Someone else did it to me.
Grooming
I
yourself.
totally
That's what she
attest
said.
to what you're saying. Give me some.
Shout out to Clancy.
Grooming
I was
yourself.
gonna say yeah. Very cool. Dude.
So Cole, would you consider yourself a groomer?
Yeah. Good job.
Oh no.
Okay. No. Okay, groomer. Oh my god.
That's so bad. No, I don't consider myself.
So, speaking of things that we don't enjoy doing as human beings, and I think specifically guys, but if there was one thing that you could get rid of that humans have to do,
Oh, I know. Mine.
what would it be? What's yours saying?
Eating.
Really?
Actually, I enjoy eating.
Yeah,
I enjoy eating.
just say, bro.
I say it's probably everyone probably agrees. It's probably sleeping. I mean, just think no sleep.
Yeah, it seems
You do
fitting for Thane.
Whatever you want, 24 hours, 365, 7 days a week.
Bro,
You know,
I don't know.
It's interesting. Just knowing you guys, I can almost kind of pick which ones are which.
What am I
Wait,
picking?
do it. Let him predict it. Go.
What am I picking?
I would have picked sleeping for Thane just because now I just know he is. Skylar, his is either going to the bathroom or eating, and Zay's I would assume is eating as well.
So you're 50. You're mostly right, but I would say that if I like eating for me, like I could even go without it. Like
You have to pick one.
well, mine's
Explain, but
mine's
then pick
sleep 100%.
Oh,
Like
okay.
if
Oh, really?
because think about it, dude, that's an extra 6 to 8 hours a day. Plus, you're
That's
never
fine,
you're
but I love
never
sleeping.
you're never
I'm
tired.
all for it.
And you want to know
So
something?
I would much rather eat over sleep because I can eat in 5 minutes. Sleeping takes forever.
know something. I wish there was like humans had an easier way to exercise, like keep yourself in shape, because exercise is hard.
I think
Yeah.
that's yours,
Effort.
isn't that yours that you get rid of?
No, mine's brushing my teeth.
Really?
I hate it so
Out of
much.
left field.
I love brushing my teeth.
That's my number one hated thing.
That's really weird.
It
That
takes
came
2
out of
minutes.
nowhere, bro.
It takes 2 minutes, but it's my
Miley
least
Cyrus on that
favorite
big
thing.
cement ball, bro.
I hate it so
She was-
much. It's not fun.
Don't
It's
you wish
just
could be like a
annoying.
cat or dog and just like wild animals? They don't
As
need
he
to, they don't
throws
need to
up into
brush
his
at all.
mic.
They just eat and then like drink water. I don't know how they keep their
But they
teeth.
got bad breath and stuff.
Yeah,
I
bro.
know.
Get a dog's
If
face.
I would have good breath of doing that, then I'd probably
Just
do it.
probably
if
chew
I'd have
a
nice
piece
teeth, then
of
I'd
gu-
probably
chew a
do
piece
it.
of
Yeah, but all
gum.
you'd have to do is chew gum.
Yeah.
But then your teeth will get
Yeah,
bad.
bro. Your
Okay,
teeth
but
are
would it?
falling
Let's
out.
say
Teeth would
that.
still get really
Well, let's
bad.
just say your teeth didn't rot.
So the only thing
If they
bad
didn't
is
rot,
the bad
then yeah,
breath.
just chew gum.
Oh, okay. I feel like you're gonna get to a point where
I'm sure
how does
you
it get
would.
bad though? It's the bacteria that forms.
Exactly,
It's gonna
yeah.
happen.
That's why I think you have to brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's yours, Zay? Was I right? Is it eating?
No, I enjoy eating.
Oh, you do?
I wish I could eat whatever I wanted and nothing happened.
New goal for the decade.
Because if I eat
no
bad,
sleep.
I feel like crap. I guess I enjoy eating well,
What time?
Yeah.
but it's so much more expensive, and I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
I
don't always like watching what I eat, but I enjoy eating healthy. That's what I like.
The reason I say that about you, Zay, though, is because you always like prep your meals and stuff. So I always figured it was just like a nuisance in your life to have to eat.
See, that's the thing, though. That's the thing is, I wish.
Well, because he's trying to take care of himself, so that's probably what you don't
Gotcha.
like, right?
Yeah, I wish it was a lot easier, but then if it was, then it'd be. I mean, everyone wouldn't have to do anything. So I don't know.
That makes sense.
For me, one thing that we do that I wish we didn't. For me, dude,
Clean the
knowing
foreskin.
yeah, that's it. Cleaning the foreskin. Is that what you said?
Clean the foreskin.
Not for kids, guys.
So, dude, for me, sleeping, it's nice knowing that after no matter what you do during the day, like you can go home and lay down and not do anything.
Yeah.
Even if it's nice getting rest, but I like knowing that there's going to be a period of time where I don't have to do anything at all.
Yep.
I imagine trying to do doing things for 24 hours every single day. No, that sounds like torture.
No.
Dude, in all
I like
reality,
that period of time.
You're probably right.
I like that period of time where like you can shut your brain off. I mean, technically it's not because you dream and stuff, but
yeah.
you don't you don't have to do anything at all.
That's why I like sleeping. Too.
I like that. I mean, a lot of people like because of course it feels good to rest and stuff, but I like it that you can just shut down, not think about anything, and just that's it.
That's why I like to go visit.
So
my
little
parents'
effort.
house.
It's so little
Same
effort.
exact reason.
Yeah, it's so
I
little
agree
effort.
with you,
It's
dude.
good.
It's like a recharge. It's like let's assume we were surrogates for a second. It's like plugging in and getting a recharge. I totally agree with what you're saying, Zay, but I still think I'd get rid of sleep.
Can't sway him.
Well,
Yeah,
'cause there's
I like you as a
other
person. But I'm
options.
still gonna murder you.
There's other options though. Like if you're big into meditation's another way that you can rebuild energy, I guess.
I agree with that to an extent.
But you're still awake.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Isn't
That's
that
the
what
thing.
lucid dreaming is? I mean, your body's still gaining energy, but technically you're awake.
I don't know how all of, like the medical stuff works or like the all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that like you need to sleep so that you can like store your memories and you'll have a good fresh mind because your memories are stored. And I don't think you can do that with meditation. I'm pretty sure you can't. I'm pretty sure you have to be asleep to do that.
I feel like you can do a lot with meditation. You're accomplishing a lot of things, but I don't think you can accomplish. Definitely, you can't accomplish the same things you do when you sleep.
We'd have to look into it because I know that
I know there's a lot
train
of things
yourself
you can do.
to function like your brain. I think you just slip into lucid dreaming is what it is. Is you're meditating yourself into such a low wave, like your vibration is so low, like it's measured in hertz, right? So your frequency is really low, and I think once you get below, like it's like in the 50s or something that you're asleep. I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. But let's just say that you could meditate yourself into that state for like an hour, 2, 3, 4 hours. What's the difference between that and sleep? You know what I mean?
I don't think you can meditate to yourself to that without falling asleep though.
You can. It's called lucid dreaming. Like that's what I'm saying. Is people that lucid dream
I don't think it's the
Still
same.
see
I
your
still disagree. I
shadows
don't think
in
it's
my
the
room.
same.
well, and
Sleep
that's what I'm
because
saying.
you're
We'd have to
still
look it
awake.
up. We'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
I think
Can't
there.
take back
I
the
think
love
it's.
that
I
I
think
gave
it's.
you.
There's a lot of things similar
the point
about
where I
like
love and I
sleep
hate
and like what you can
and I
accomplish with
cannot
that, but
change
also with
the way I
meditating, like
you.
meditation. But I don't know. I just don't think. I just don't think meditation you can compare it to sleep in that sense though, because with sleep like you're complete like meditating you're still like conscious of what's
exactly.
going on.
That's my thoughts.
With sleep you're not.
Because
Like in a sense you are, but like if you ever like taken a nap or something, like you wake up like you're just don't know where you're at, like you kind of you're almost like you almost have like a flash of like I don't know what's going on, like run across like your
Yeah.
mind for a brief moment, and then you're like, okay, I'm here. I fell asleep at this time. What time is it now? Okay, I was asleep for this long. So like I just don't. I don't know.
Like if
It's
you were
just
to
different.
meditate like in your room and say I came in, you would know without a doubt that I am in there, right? you would be like, oh, someone just came out of my room.
Well, you're gonna
It
know,
probably,
but maybe you won't
well,
react.
and see, that's the thing is like probably we should do more research. That's why I
That's-
don't want to
that's a
say anything
different-
either
that's a-
because I
makes
don't
sense.
know about
That's
it.
a
but
different type of meditation.
what if
though,
you were
Sky.
meditated to the point to where you're 100% conscious, but it's almost people on the outside would look and they'd be like, oh, well, he looks like he's asleep, and you'd have to come and shake me to wake me up.
At that point, that's like what people call astral projection. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Where like you get like you're outside of your body, you can see your body, and you're like roaming around.
Do you think that would do the same as what sleep does?
No.
I don't think it does. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's the same thing.
See, and I don't know
really
either, but I
don't.
do know that if you do not sleep, your brain cells, like I think your brain cells die if you don't sleep. Like,
I
you can
think,
lose
I think
brain
that comes back
cells.
to the memory thing
Mhm.
because it can't store the memories, and so it doesn't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
Essentially, it gets too full.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been awake for like a long amount of time, like to the point where like you hallucinate and like you don't know.
Yeah, and you see crap.
So I mean, of course your body needs it. I mean, if you ever trained yourself to do it without it, I mean that'd be insane. But
I mean, obviously, the real way to test this is just start learning how to meditate. Then you try meditating instead of sleeping at night. See how long that works for you.
Yeah.
That's the real way to try.
I'm
it.
sure there's people like that have done tests. We just have to look it up.
I've read
Yeah.
studies about people doing like they nap for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes instead of sleeping for a
Yes,
full
yeah.
8
I've seen that.
hours.
They like
Mhm.
nap every other hour for 20 minutes or
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
and
I've
that's
seen
how
that.
they charge themselves. But like in the end, in the long run, like for the first while, it's like rough, and then they kind of get used to it. But then in the long run, like they just don't feel that good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it would take to be able to train yourself to do that.
But I mean, you think about the 24 hours we did. There was a point where I was fully awake talking to Zay, and as soon as he gave me the controller, I was completely passed out instantly. So it's like, I think your body automatically shuts itself down. You get to a point where you're like, dude, I can't even,
I mean,
no matter how hard I fight.
I watched Thane play Mario and run into the wall when I look over and he's just dead asleep.
Yeah.
Too.
Like I agree with that.
Or what's crazy is what I always think about, like a lot of times when I go lay down, I'm sitting there and like I feel like my mind's really awake. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm
Yeah.
never gonna be able to
Yeah.
fall asleep. And then you
And
wake
they're
up the
gone.
next day.
Yep.
Then you wake up the next day like, how did that happen? I always wonder, how does that transition happen of like where I think I'm not gonna fall asleep at all? I'm thinking of everything, and then you're just out. That's so crazy. to me.
One of the worst part about that is you figure out all the stuff that you had figured out in your mind the prior day, all the things you had thought about like for like future plans and stuff. All that's gone because you don't remember.
crazy.
any of
That's
it.
why you got to write it down. I have
Yeah.
a journal by my
If
bed
you write
for
it
that
down, then you're
specific
not falling
reason.
asleep. That's the thing.
I mean,
Well,
that,
it's
I don't know if I'm
Yeah,
doing
you're
that.
right.
Maybe that sounds like cold.
I that's what I do, and I try falling asleep. I
Aw.
try to like think about things like how I want to do things with the next day or like with future plans I've got. And a lot of times, if I'm not fully awake at that moment, I'll fall asleep and forget everything I thought of.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of sucks, but I mean, it's how I get to sleep sometimes. It works to go to
Yeah.
sleep. I guess my future's pretty boring that I can fall asleep to it.
So what would you guys say, like, and maybe we could start with Thane because he's starting to slip, but do you guys have, like, a point when you're laying down where you're like, man, like how Zay's saying, he's like, oh, I can't sleep. Do you guys have, like, a routine that you go through in your brain
What do you
before
mean
you
about
go to
the
bed
slip?
to try to go
Slipknot?
to sleep? Like, I guess I'll give you an example. Like last night, I couldn't sleep at all. And typically when I lay down, I try to lay down and I try to just not think about anything because my mind is always racing like 100 miles an hour. So it's really hard for me to fall asleep without listening to music or watching TV. Like if I watch TV, I can fall asleep instantly. But if I'm just laying in my bed, I'm wide awake.
Think about you've trained your body to do that. Because I remember going over to your house when I was younger, and you and your siblings would do that. You guys would, TV's like full volume, and you guys
Yeah.
are all passed out. I
It
can't
has to
sleep because
be.
the TV's so loud. I'm like, that's because you trained yourself to do it almost. It's so weird.
100%.
Like the TV's full on. I remember staying up one night, all night, watching cartoons because you guys left the TV on. I'm like, I'm not going to sleep. I stayed up literally the whole night. That's crazy.
But if I have like white noise in the background, like a fan, I can go to sleep too. But
So maybe it's just
it's-
like it
if
makes you
it's
feel more
quiet,
comfortable then.
I don't know what it is.
It
dude.
has to, because like a lot of
White
people,
noise,
silence is like
like-
what they like. That's what makes them feel comfortable, puts them in
Yeah.
the right state of mind, or
White noise like
eases them
it's
enough.
all up to me. You steal my sunshine.
It's just all memes with you, Thane.
Yeah.
What the hell, bro?
What about you,
We're
Thane?
talking
No,
about
no,
this.
no,
like,
no.
What would you say is your
No,
little?
there's
Making
this
monkey
stand-up
noises.
comedian where he's like, Dad, I can't sleep. And this guy's black, by the way, just for context. He's like, turn on your black noise "Oh, that's great, Dad. Yeah." And then he turns on the black noise. He's like, "Pop, pop, pop! Give me your money! Give me money!
Oh,
Pop, pop, pop!"
Oh gosh, is this a skit? What is this?
Yeah, it's a stand-up.
Is this
Oh,
Dave
okay,
Chappelle?
okay.
No.
Well, what about you, Thane? Do you have like a
Transition.
yeah? Do you have a transition period when you sleep?
What do you mean?
What?
Like, do you have to fight to go to sleep, or can you just pass out whenever you want?
Because
for me, it's usually a
pretty
battle.
good at falling asleep.
Usually, if I lay there for 5 minutes, I'll be like, eh.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll be doing something like playing a game, and like the food I ate probably want me to put me to sleep. So like the food in my stomach will be like, "Hey, it's nappy time." It's like,
It's like a.
His little Wendy's hamburgers going.
It's like a natural. It's like a natural. It's like NyQuil's embedded into the food.
yeah.
It's like you're going to sleep.
Is it great
But-
when you like?
But Thane, you like to watch videos to go to like wind down almost to go to sleep, right?
No,
You don't?
no. Usually I watch videos like, all right, time to go to sleep, and turn everything off.
Oh,
and sleep.
okay.
I see.
Sometimes I accidentally will fall asleep if with my computer on, stuff like that. But
Fuck, you do
usually
that often.
I try to. No, usually I turn stuff off before I go to sleep.
Oh.
There's one time, Thane, when you went to work. Oh, camera's off, by the way.
Thanks, Thane.
There's one time you went to work, Thane, where you left Twitch on and your computer on. Like, you left your PlayStation on and your computer.
He's like, I'm out.
Okay, was that once?
Doesn't matter, you still did it.
It was once.
Still did it.
Shut up.
It's a new year.
Yeah,
New year, new Thane.
Thane's gonna start wearing socks.
When's the last time I did it?
I don't.
The point is irrelevant.
What do you mean?
Wait, the point was I've never done it, and then Skylar brought up a point that you've done it.
No, I said I've accidentally done it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's trying to like accuse me. Like, never mind. He's trying to accuse me like I've done it multiple times.
But he never said.
I said you did it once. Maybe you've done it multiple times, and maybe Cole's been the one to shut it off.
I've never shut his stuff off before.
I've definitely shut his stuff off.
I've heard his stuff late at night, but I assume he's still awake.
Okay.
Wait, what about you, Cole? What do you like to do to go to sleep?
Oh, thank you, Zay. Well, normally I will put on like a video that's like an easy fall asleep to video. I don't know how to explain it, but there's this one creator that I follow who will stream on Twitch and then will just pretty much upload his entire stream to YouTube. And it's like,
You'll watch the whole VOD?
oh, I don't even watch it.
Oh,
I
I'm
throw
out.
it. I put it on my phone and put it off to the side. I don't even look at it. Look away. Then I close my eyes and fall asleep to him talking.
Really?
But I have the.
Is
I
your
have like
phone
an,
plugged in, or is
yeah,
there like a
it's
timer
plugged
or
in,
something?
but I have an app that will turn off my phone after like 30 minutes.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
It's just background noise.
That's a
Exactly.
sick
It's
app,
background
bro.
noise. Sometimes I'll listen to it.
So
I can't do it with podcasts because I will listen to it. But every once in a while, if that doesn't work after like the 30, because every once in a while I can hear it like turn itself off after the 30 minutes.
You're still awake.
And I'm still awake. I'm like, well, I got to do a reset. So my reset is to get up and go get a drink of water, and then drink the whole water, and then I might go to the bathroom or something like that. Just basically do my normal night routine, but again,
Yeah.
just try to refresh my body.
You know,
to get back to
that
the
makes
bed.
sense because I've definitely heard you come out at like probably 12:31 in the morning and do that.
Yeah, just get a drink of water and then go right back to bed, pretty much.
Yeah.
It just resets my mind.
Well, now we know, Cole,
so
what you're doing.
when I was younger, when I had an alarm clock like on the desk, I'd actually turn the radio on and like have the whole radio on all night and just sleep. It was like really quiet so no one else would bother, but that's how I'd
That's kind of pleasant. I like the radio sound.
yeah,
You're
but
right.
now now I don't really need I've realized I don't need music to go to sleep. I can just sleep. I'd be like
See, I need
I-
that.
I typically can as well. Like I've been known to just sleep wherever I am and wherever I want to. But I don't know. It's kind of fun to do it with something because I like to listen to something even if I'm like relatively interested in it. It's still fun to just listen to it and kind of pick up some stuff here and there.
You want to know what I think it is for me is, and I feel like Zay probably has this. I don't know. Maybe you all have this similar, but like my mind's always thinking about something. Like I'm always constantly thinking. So it's really hard for me to lay down at night without listening to something to distract my brain from thinking. So when I watch a show, like last night I couldn't fall asleep, so I went out on the couch and I turned on a show and I fell asleep on the couch. But it was like instant. I laid in my bed for an hour. I'm like, this isn't working. So I went and turned on the show and fell asleep instantly.
It's funny because I'm the exact opposite. I can turn off my mind completely, 100%, just on and off switch. I can for 1 second be thinking about everything under the sea, and then one thing just completely is gone. It's just nothing, just blank space up there. Straight up T Swift.
You
She helps you put you
under the sea. Under the sea.
What about you, Zay?
She rocks you to
What's your
sleep.
sleep routine?
My routine? Dang. What I like to do is I usually watch highlights of basketball games.
Oh, I thought you said
But
Fortnite.
what I do, come on. Don't you dare. That's for lunchtime.
That's for lunch.
So I'll go whenever I getting ready to go to bed, like I go brush my teeth, but as I'm brushing, that's a nice time for me. I like brushing my teeth. So like I'll watch highlights of like
He looked at me when he said
basketball. I'll watch basketball highlights while I'm brushing, and then like whatever, like mouthwash or whatever, and then I'll go lay down. I don't know, dude. For me, videos is keep me awake because the light it's just activates my brain.
Sometimes I will flip my phone over so I don't even see the light.
I like because like I have a TV in my room, so like if I watch TV in my room, like the whole lights up the whole room, I'm like I can't do this. It's hard. I don't know if I'm dead tired, like. If I put on a video, like I'll fall asleep and then wake up and then turn it off. But usually I like just to shut it off and then just ride it out. Like if I'm tired, like I know I'm going to go to sleep eventually, so I'll just kind of
Try and lay there.
I'll just lay there and I'll go to sleep eventually. I don't like leaving. I need to download an app. That'd be cool. But I don't. That's the reason though. Is if I leave my phone on, then I don't charge it, or if like I don't like using my phone when it's plugged in because I feel like it's bad for the battery. I always think that for whatever reason.
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
I
see how weird, bro. See how weird, bro. I think about that stuff. So
maybe it is.
I usually just
phone
plug
only
it
lasts a
in.
day, so.
I usually just plug it in and then I turn it off and then I just lay down. No, that's about it.
See, I'd say that's probably me like 80% of the time. Like it's very rare when I go out on the couch and watch a show to go to sleep, but it happens.
Yeah.
Usually I'm so tired from the day that like I can just fall asleep pretty easily. I don't have that much energy at the end of the day.
Very rarely, and I've never done this except for one other time in Boise, but I do it occasionally here because my room will get really hot, and I'll go out to the living room and sleep just because it's so hot in my room. So I'll go sleep in the living room because it's much cooler. And I've only done that one time, like I said, in Boise. But I don't know. I don't like to sleep in really hot areas. I like to be relatively warm. I don't know.
What about just butt cold?
No, I don't like it.
I don't like.
I like to be under my blankets, so I like it to be cold. But I don't want it to be super hot either, because I don't want my face to be very cold. I want it to be like chilly, I guess. I don't know, but not like
Not ice.
hot. Not ice, not hot. Right in the middle.
Cole's Goldilocks.
I'm Goldilocks, baby.
See, I like it ice
I know
outside,
you
but I
do,
like to be
yeah.
freaking baking in
What
my
about
blanket.
your face, though?
I like breathing cold air. It feels good.
Okay.
I'm weird, dude.
Did you get your lips chapped a lot?
Yes, I have very dry skin
makes
all the
sense.
time.
Yeah, I do too.
I got pretty dry skin
Dry
most of
as
the time as well.
dry
I
as
put lotion
dry
on.
I
boy.
get it from my grandma.
I got all my face, dude.
I'm sure Zay gets it from our grandma too.
Yeah, I like my room cold, cause like I don't like sleeping with socks. Do you guys like sleeping with socks on?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't like sleeping with socks on because I kind of feel like it just airs my body out almost.
I've only done it a couple times to warm my feet, essentially.
Yeah, I take my socks off and then usually at the end of my bed it's really cold. So then I'll just put my legs down there, my feet, and I'm just like, oh, like it's cold, but it's so relaxing to me. Just helps me go to sleep. It's nice.
Guys, speaking
Yeah.
of hot topics and warm things, the decade is over and our topics are heating up with things from the decade that
Hot topics and warm things.
Fires.
So
2-for-1 special
putting
hot
it in a
topic.
goth girl.
Thanks, Drillbit Taylor.
yeah, thank good one.
Look at that, good catch, dude.
But-
Cold nose.
Guys, I think we should do a decade review, and maybe today's episode
It
we can
sucked.
specifically talk about video games, but we could talk about our favorite / most influential video games that we played throughout the decade, because 2010 was a long time ago, guys.
A lot of you guys weren't even born yet.
Yeah, in 2010.
Hopefully you were, because this is not for kids.
In 2010, I was 12 years old.
Cole, you doxed us. Come on, bro.
I was trying to make a joke about Boober.
Oh,
Boober's
okay.
not that young either.
Boober was just a youngin' though,
In
dude. Imagine.
2010.
Think about it.
He was
2010.
He
Oh
was
my
four.
gosh, bro, that's
15
so
years old.
crazy. Boober, you're such a little guy.
But think about it this, though, guys. Like, we can say, man, 10 years ago, we were in junior high. But when we hit the 2030s, we'll be like, whoa, 10 years ago, we were in our 20s.
We were
No.
kissing each other in our basement.
yeah, with Master Chief watching us.
Thanks, Chief. You the bestest.
Wait, is that why you guys? No, I guess. Never mind. Halo 4. There's 4 of us. I don't know.
That's why we put the poster up.
Yeah,
Called
that's what
Kisses
it
and
is.
In 2010, I was 16 years old.
That's crazy.
That's old enough
I was
thing
13.
to drive.
Dang, you were soft, bro. You were softy
You
and
14?
hike.
Yes.
Yeah, must have been.
14.
Yeah,
I was between
I don't know, 13, 14. Yeah, it was the 13 to 14 in there. Yeah.
Because you're 12. Because I'm 23 right now. So yeah, I was definitely 13. I turned 14 in 2010.
I turned 7. Was it 17 or was I?
What are you now, 26?
Yeah.
I think you turned 16.
So you
Yeah.
turned
So it's 15 for the majority of the year.
Yeah, and then you turn 16. Yeah, because his birthday's late.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well.
Speaking of, like, our ages real quick, I was always really jealous because I was one of the youngest in our grade.
Uh-huh.
Because my birthday is at the end of the year.
Yep.
And everyone's like, oh, we're so much older than you. I remember one kid, his birthday was in August, and he should have been a grade above. But he's like, wow, dude, like, you're like 9 months younger than me. And I'm like, well, you're still fat, dude. Why you bragging about that?
I remember because I was one of the older kids in the grade.
Yeah.
I'd always make fun of the younger kids because I could drive before they
That's what
could.
it was. That's probably what it
That
was.
a big one.
Where were
Chill
you? Well, Cole was one of those guys that drove to junior high, wasn't
Yes, he
Not
was.
junior high. I
Oh,
wasn't
dude,
that old.
you
I
know
drove
what?
in freshman year though.
The junior high guys I wanted to
he? You know what's
sock.
funny though is like I remember they would say like the staff or whatever, the teachers would be like, okay, anyone that can drive has to park out here on this
Yep.
side. There was no cars out there. It's like, who's gonna drive? It's so rare that you find someone that I didn't know anyone that drove to junior high.
We had a
think-
couple.
I think
Oh.
that they had to be like the August
August, yeah,
kid,
it was the August kid.
or they had to have like been held
back or yeah.
because I couldn't drive until halfway through freshman year.
Yeah.
See, and I couldn't drive until the end of freshman year because I
think
got my.
I mean, I could do like drive with my mom and dad when I was in junior high,
Oh,
but I had to drive.
Wait,
but
legally?
freshman-
Legally?
Legally,
Okay,
yes,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I was so slow. I think I got my permit.
you
in
were
the
like
summer.
16 or 17, weren't you?
I got my permit in the summer of when I was like high school sophomore year. I was so slow
Man, I did it like
'Cause
as fast as
my-
I could.
because my sister, I just drove with her to high school.
Oh, that
she
makes sense.
So it didn't
went to high
matter.
School. And then I was like, I don't even know how to drive. And then my sister went off to college, or wherever she did, and I was like,
You're
I guess I now need to know how to drive.
I need this.
And I'll tell you what, guys, Thane was a little speed demon behind his minivan. He drove a silver.
Oh my
Mini.
gosh.
What brand was it, Thane?
The Windstar, boy.
The Windstar.
That's what that was, bro.
We called it the
Freak yeah,
freaking the paddy wagon, dude. The make out van. If you made out with Thane's van, you got like a ribbon.
With his van?
And with his van.
Oh.
Yeah, you're kissing the exhaust pipe.
Ooh,
This is my-
Chase all over again, baby.
My car's name is Chase, and I make love to him every night.
Oh, gosh.
Thanks TLC for educating us on stupid
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Just
Oh,
the right
Cole,
height,
we need to
no
watch a
bucket
video.
Required.
Pull it up.
You know, I take the car over the horse thing. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Say,
dude.
car over horse.
Horsepower, baby.
Oh, gosh. Does
Horsepower,
that mean a car
baby.
then, right?
No, I'll throw a horse in the back of my 1999
So what you're saying, Zay, is
Honda
that,
hatchback.
What you're saying is that you're gonna have the horses in the back.
Whoa, that has a whole new
Horse
meaning
stock
now.
is attached. Hat is Matty Black.
That's what they mean.
Thane, are you gonna take your horse to the hotel room?
Yeah, and have me and my
BoJack Horseman.
lady friend are gonna ride it together.
Dang, bro.
Good luck with that.
That's erotic.
Whoa.
What do you call it? Like instead of homoerotic, what would a horse be? Is there like a scientific term for a horse?
I'm sure. There
Equine
is.
erotic.
I don't know what it is. I know
S-
there is.
Isn't it-
Every
isn't it-
animal's got their like.
Because
no.
there's yeah, you're right. Thing
Horse
there's
is
a espion.
equine.
But
Esquine.
what's a person that
Dude, how does
rides
they
them?
know
Dane has a lot of knowledge. He's a
Espion.
very
It's not
smart
espion,
person.
is it? It's not an espion.
Espion?
That's not what it
It's a
is.
Pokemon.
It's a Pokemon.
Screw you. That's not what it is.
Espion. What animal you're trying to?
No,
think
but
of?
like
Just
someone
Google
that rides horses.
A rider.
No,
Yeah.
but there's an actual
Cowboy.
equestrian.
equestrian.
Is that what it is? Look it up. Equestrian.
Equestrian.
Rider.
Equestria is
No, equestrian. Not like video game. It's not a video
no,
game. Equestrian. Look it up, Sky.
No, Equestria.
You're right, Zay. It's EQUUS, Equus Caballus.
No, Equestria is from My Little Pony.
Equestrian. That's why then, because they're horses.
It's
Yeah.
Equestrian is someone that trains horses, I think.
Equus, Equus Caballus. is the correct
Is probably
term.
it.
So it would be like a quest Caballus erotic? Is that the correct? Is that
Oh,
how you would use it in that phrase?
Oh goodness, we're going back to that.
I would
Let's
just say.
stop.
I would
Stop
just
right there.
say equirotic.
Stop.
Equirotic. That's what I would say.
Okay, we gotta. Zay, will you just pass the conversation back to me? We gotta go back a
we'll
couple
keep
notches.
going off. Sorry, guys.
Oh, I missed a thing.
Oh no.
In my head.
Get the conversation.
Talk about
out
it
of your
then.
head.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Oh god.
There's blood everywhere.
What were we talking about again?
The hottest topics of the decade. And
Oh, yeah.
specifically
Video games!
Video games.
Yeah, Thane.
So
See,
Thane-
Thane, you know what you know what's ironic about that? I always tell you about not having good transitions. That was a good transition right there.
Sorry
was-
to your audio listeners.
That was your version of a transition.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what that
now
was.
I'm bleeding out and dying.
We'll revive you.
Name your games.
You blow his head up. What
Yeah.
are your
You-
top games of the decade, Thane?
From 2010 to 2019. I wish it was 2009 to 2019. Cole, you should give me that one.
There's another one I thought of. Left 4 Dead 2 would have been on my list if that was allowed.
Was
But
it
it
2008?
should be, Cole.
Wasn't that
It
one
should be
2008?
2009.
That's
Wasn't
just a-
2008?
Cole,
Oh,
it should be
nine.
2009 to 2019.
Sorry, Sky.
Wait,
It
was
should,
2009
though.
PC?
No.
You're leaving out a year.
Wait,
Nah,
Cole.
2019 is 10 years.
Cole.
Right.
Was 2009? Was that PC?
Left 4 Dead 2?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So 2008 was console.
All right, first
It came out on PC first.
Really?
I think so.
If anyone wants to talk about any of these games,
I'm looking
because
it
I don't wanna repeat.
Maybe. I
We
don't
don't
know.
want to
I'm
repeat
looking it up.
ourselves. So, first game I have is Red Dead Redemption. Anyone got any good memories?
It's
of
okay
that
for
one?
repeat
Yeah, it's
ourselves,
okay
Thane.
to
Just go
repeat.
for it.
Okay.
Just tell us
Red
your
Dead
memories about it.
Redemption is one of I didn't really get in GTA because I don't know, it just didn't appeal to me. But then I saw Red Dead Redemption, I was like, there's something about it. Like, I guess it's the time period, playing as a cowboy in a sandbox area, and the dead aim system, just get like 5 headshots with your revolver.
It did make you feel pretty cool.
It's like, oh, that's so awesome. And the story was like very compelling. It's about John Marston and how he has to redeem himself, hence the title. And you start to, and the story starts to slowly unwrap why he has to redeem himself and how he has a family that doesn't mention any, like, that he vaguely mentions, but you get to see them at the end. And the gut-wrenching ending, which I'm just gonna say maybe just play it yourself, even though you probably know it. But and also Red Dead Redemption 2, unfortunately, I haven't gotten too far into the game.
I'm surprised you
So,
haven't beat it.
yeah.
For how pumped
Maybe-
you were for Red
Oh,
Dead
Yeah.
2.
dude, I remember in his streams, he'd wear a red scarf. He could put on a cowboy hat, dude. He was
in the
that into
cowboy
it.
hat.
Is that why he was wearing the red scarf?
No, it was
it
just
was
an
before that,
no, it was
dude.
just the outfit I was wearing.
That's a
It was
meme
weird
from our
outfit.
Early
Yeah.
days in the
You know what's
channel.
funny
That's
though? Is
Phyllis.
he would seriously put a scarf on and then he'd just come downstairs and just play.
Yeah.
I saw him. I watched
Yeah.
him
I
play
was
Red
trying
Dead
to-
1.
I was
Yeah.
trying to be like
You
Zero.
100%ed
You know
it.
how Zero has that scarf?
Yeah.
I was trying to be like that.
Gotcha.
No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't. But
All right, game number 2.
Okay, so game number 2. Game number 2 is Uncharted 4.
Nice.
Some of the best cinematic gameplay mix. Like, it felt like a movie you were playing, but not like in the negative way that people think. Like, oh, it's too much like movies. Like, it felt like a big budgeted Hollywood movie, and you were Nathan Drake, the big Hollywood star, and you're just shooting people, grabbing up ledges. It was amazing. And the fourth one, and they did it for 4 games, and the fourth one just felt like had like the cinematic.
It was just the
hype.
climax.
Yeah, it was great.
Nice.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, like, probably the biggest collaboration in the history of anything.
What year was that one released?
2018.
Oh, it was that one? Okay.
That was
Yeah.
last
Yeah, the
year.
new one.
Yeah.
I guess
All
2
right.
years now. What? No way. A
Just
year and
1
some
year.
change. A year and some change.
Yeah.
We're coming up on 2 years.
And
It's
and
12
this thing and Smash 4 not Smash 4, sorry, Ultimate got so popular that they decided to add another second DLC pass, which I hope is just third-party characters. And also, not to mention, it's Smash Brothers. It's really fun. Get your friends together, get a party. And the roster's going to get bigger because they not only added everyone from the previous, but they're
New characters.
they're adding more.
Have they done new maps?
Yeah,
No.
every new character comes with a new map.
Oh, yeah. They haven't brought... I don't know why they haven't brought back some other ones, like the old ones that are still not in the game. Hopefully, maybe, but I don't know. Like Poke Floats.
The bad map.
I kind of like to see that one.
It's bad
But
map.
yeah, Cole says it if it's bad.
Yeah, if
One
Cole, whatever
Pac-Man
Cole says is
stage.
law. Cole's
One-
never wrong, right?
One Pac-Man stage they had for the 3DS version of Smash 4, they didn't bring for some reason. Instead, they brought Pac-Land, and I didn't really like
The
that.
3DS version was a good map too.
Yeah,
Pac-Man's bad.
Next game, Doom 2016. Gore, guts, fun, bringing an old
Thane's
franchise
just so hard.
back to life.
Thane's so hard for Doom. He loves
Yes,
that
I
game.
really
Cover
like
up,
Doom
He
whoa.
2016.
loves that game, dude.
Can't wait for Doom Eternal.
Don't worry, guys. He's always like that.
He loves that game.
Next
Sandman
one,
knows.
next one, BioShock Infinite. Like,
Oh. I did not hear Bioshock for a second. I was like,
Yeah.
Boshong? What the freak is
Boshong?
Boshong?
BioShock Infinite, like, amazing storytelling, and it's pretty fun, fast paced. Like, when it comes to genres, first person shooters aren't really my go-to first, but that game right there, like, if I want a good time, I'll pull that one up. I haven't played it in a while though, so maybe I should pull it up again sometime. But I mean, like, all the BioShocks are great. I really like Infinite because of like how its story and the ending that
It
just
was really pretty.
boom. And then you got Super Mario Galaxy 2. I could have also said Odyssey, but I think Galaxy 2 was like really good memories, really fun. It's like, sure, some people say, oh, it's just a map pack for Galaxy 1, but I say that some things they did better, like how like they kind of paced the levels out a bit better. Now navigating levels are a little simple. I know some people like the little Super Mario, the little observatory that you just go from level to level, but I kind of like the Mario 3-esque level select, and level design is always great and fun. One of the must-own Wii titles. Next game, Bloodborne. It's dark tone, hard as all hell. I really like the steampunk feel of it, the gothic feel, and the lore is mysterious and deep. And also,
Nobody knows what it is.
you gotta look it up.
I have, and I don't get it still.
Yeah.
I have small brain.
But yeah, like, and also blood. We were born
Born.
for the blood. died
Thane
for the
loves blood.
Yeah.
Thane should be a
Thane
doctor.
loves blood.
Next one, I think this kicked off a lot of small, short indie games. I think there's like a boom of like walking simulators, but Journey was kind of like the one to like kind of push it forward. Be like, look, it's like we're walking through the desert, but it's very compelling.
I've always wanted to play Journey. Like,
yeah.
get the actual experience.
Walking through
of
the
it from where it
desert
was
in my
launched.
6-4.
I mean, I have it. You can pull it
But
up
like,
anytime.
the multiplayer
Oh,
aspect
yeah.
of it, you don't really get that.
Yeah,
much anymore,
everyone's
though.
people are coming
No
out,
one
but I
plays it.
played it when it first came out, and man, it was pretty banging for a short. It took like an hour to beat, but it was. You can go back through multiple times. It's like a movie, like a little short animation that could have easily gotten an Oscar. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna hurry.
It's gorgeous.
Next one, Undertale. I really liked Undertale. I know people like kind of were like hating it because of how popular it got, but if you actually play through it, it's actually a pretty good game. Like, it took turn-based combat. It did something really unique with it, with the little bullet hell mini game where you dodge the attacks. Like, that was so fresh and interesting, and also stories pretty good to play through. A lot of good stories in video games.
Good memes too.
Good memes.
I will say Undertale's got one of the greatest soundtracks ever. I love the Undertale soundtrack.
People, when a Sans costume was revealed for Smash Brothers, people were like, ah!
Wait, is that Sans the little skull guy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that came from.
Yeah.
I do. Okay, never mind. I heard something, but I don't know if it's true or not.
Say it.
Funny. I saw it today with that guy.
What is it?
That
What's the rumor?
there's a Fortnite skin.
Of
That's a
Sans?
Sans guy.
So, and
I saw it somewhere. I didn't know what it was, but now I do.
Maybe.
And so I do have some other games, and one of them is Breath of the Wild, but everyone talks about that game. I like it, but I'm not going to talk about it. One game I'm going to talk about, though, is The Walking Dead, the Telltale Games one.
Hey, I was gonna say that too, bro.
It's fine.
Okay.
No. I'm
Never
saying
Both of you guys can
no. I'm not mad. I'm just
Well,
saying
I
that's
know-
funny that you snuck that in there.
Yeah,
I didn't know you were
know-
gonna say that. I
that
didn't know
one
idea.
when I was looking up,
Yeah.
that one when I was looking up, I like saw it. I was like, oh yeah, The Walking Dead. That's like a really good point and click adventure game without it like having a lot of puzzles. It just like kind of moved you along. The story was everything in that game.
Oh, dude,
and
that was good. Yeah.
it made me feel things that I never thought a franchise like The Walking Dead could feel,
Camera off.
because the camera just freaking died. But like where the show I think started to kind of get stale, I can't remember at that point. The game like came out. It's like, wow, this is really good emotional story, and yeah, out of all the licensed games this year, I think that one really stood out along with Spider-Man. But I don't have Spider-Man on my list. Good game, but I don't have it.
Dude,
And on one honorable mention, I want to say is PT. It was a demo, but what it could do.
That's the horror game, right?
Yeah, it was what it could do for the horror genre, the potential it had. It's like it was a real shame that the real project got canceled, and Kojima then released Death Stranding, which was not all it was brought up to be. Hyped up to be, but let's hope Kojima one day does bring that horror game. And when he does, I'm gonna piss myself, dude. It's gonna be scary. But yeah, that's my list. Hopefully we have time for all the other guys.
We got time. It's not like we're doing anything.
Thanks, Thane.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with some honorable mentions for me because I only got I just have 3 in specific that I wanted to go.
Honorable mention is Breath of the Wild. I already said that. Yeah.
Is mind you, I'm not a video game expert, but I would say these are like games that influenced my gaming for the last 10 years. But some honorable mentions, I wanted to start off with Fortnite, of course. It's not my favorite game, but I enjoy playing it. Obviously, we've played a lot on this channel. It's a fun game to hang out with your buddies and just goof around. Another honorable mention, Breath of the Wild. I haven't even beat it yet, but I'm a big Zelda fan, so I really like that game. My next one is Call of Duty Black Ops. This one almost made top 3 because we played a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops. I remember staying up like all night, all on weekends with Zay, and we would just freaking play Call of Duty. We play zombies, we play Search and Destroy.
It was split screen Search and Destroy. I remember that.
That's what was great about Black Ops is you could do split screen online. Like I think prior to that you couldn't do it. So
I don't remember that. Yeah, and then they did that, and like we wouldn't need to be at other houses. Like we could stay at one house. It was pretty cool.
That was epic. And then I got one more, and then I'm going to go into my top 3. So my next honorable mention, which almost made top 3, this is number 4, was Skyrim. So I think Skyrim came out in 2010 or 2011. I don't know the exact, but...
Is it 12? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It came out in this last decade, but Skyrim was one of the first, massive RPG games that I ever played, and it was great. I loved it, dude. It had medieval, which I love. Here's Lord of the Rings fan, but it was an RPG, and it was awesome, dude. It was like well, that's just what it was. It was just a massive RPG piggybacking off of all of the other Elder Scrolls games that they made. But Skyrim was just so cool, dude, and it was so massive for the time, you know what I mean? And the graphics looked great. The only thing that sucked about Skyrim back in the day was loading times. That took forever. But Skyrim was a great game. If you haven't played it, I recommend anyone that if you're an RPG fan to go play that game. You will have fun.
It reminds me a lot of like the open world kind of thing. Reminds me like Red Dead or GTA.
Yeah,
I really liked how there's like random things that could happen. There's always something like a monster, like you could like people would fight and stuff. Yeah. It's just funny. Like there was just always weird stuff happening. I really like that part of it.
That's 100% Skyrim right there.
So let me say one thing. I remember Zay was like starting a game up, and like he was playing it, and he got to the starting area, and like he killed 2 guys, and he tried to get them like for few minutes, tried to get them into the 69 position.
Oh yeah, you can lift their bodies up after. Yeah. That was funny too. You could position their bodies. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Skyrim it's a great game. You'll have a lot of, like Zay's saying, a lot of funny random experiences with that one. But my number 3 that has influenced me throughout this last decade has got to be Zelda Skyward Sword. And the reason I say this is because this was, in my opinion, one of the first games that did the Wii Motion Plus well. Because you wielded that Wii remote and you actually felt like you had control over Link. It was very responsive. And the Wii Motion controls were actually really pretty good for Skyward Sword.
And I think a lot of people probably would say that, like, I didn't have that experience. I think you need having, like, the sweet spots.
What, with the Wii Motion Plus?
Yeah.
They knows all about
shut down.
You need to have it like in the right area, and you'd be like, ooh, yeah.
Well, see, maybe I did though, because I had no complaints playing that game, and I loved it, dude. It was so much fun. It was a Zelda game, but I really felt like I was Link holding the sword and shield, you know? Because you can, I think you can press A to slap. No, you can't.
No.
That was in Twilight
Heroes.
Princess, wasn't it?
No, you still have to swing to slash.
No More Heroes had the mash A button, and then when you did the finisher, you go.
Yeah, but anyway, in Skyward Sword, it was just great, dude. That was a fun time, and I can say that was one of the first Zelda games I ever beat without any help. I told myself that I wasn't gonna look up any walkthroughs, and I wasn't gonna ask anybody for help, and I beat it, and it was great. But then on to my number 2. My number 2 is going to be the Dark Souls series. I can't really pick one. They're all pretty much the same game. Can I say that thing? They're all relatively similar.
Yeah.
But that game, Dark Souls, dude, is just great.
It's the same formula.
It's hard as hell, but when you play that, dude, it's like an RPG, and it's very dark, very, very dark. The monsters are really creepy too, and it's just hard, dude. That's like a game where you'll spend like 3 or 4 hours trying to beat one boss, and then when you finally beat him, dude, it's just like a sweet shot of heroin into your arm, and just very euphoric. It's great, wouldn't you say, though, Thane? That's what it's like when you beat a boss.
Yeah, it's a shot of pure adrenaline. It's like, I want to do more. I want to kill more.
That's what it is, dude. It's like a sick addiction, because you'll play and you'll hate yourself. You'll rage for like an hour or two, and then you finally beat that boss, and you're like, man, I'm a god. And then you play a little more and realize you still suck. But yeah, Dark Souls franchise, if I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably say probably number 3 is probably my favorite Dark Souls.
Even though you had the most history with it.
Yes, it took me the longest to beat as well. But my number 1 influential game of this decade has got to be Minecraft. Minecraft was so... I remember when Thane first brought over Minecraft, we were playing it, I'm like, dude, this game looks stupid. And I started playing. 8 hours later, I was hooked, dude. Like, just time flew like that. Like, you start playing, and you're learning how to craft things and build, and you have to fight monsters, and we were playing with our buddies. This was on the 360, by the way. And I just got hooked instantly, dude. Just 8 hours in, I'm like, I think I bought the game the next day. But then, another thing with Minecraft, too, not only did I pour a bunch of hours into it, but it was actually what got me to start watching YouTube. Other than, like, prior to that, I used YouTube to listen to music and watch basketball videos. But because of Minecraft, I started looking up a whole new world of video games on YouTube. And I remember watching Yogg's cast. They did like this whole Minecraft mod on the PC, and it was great. They did like 100 episode Let's Play, which I watched the whole thing episode by episode as it was coming out. But
Wow.
yeah, Minecraft was great, man. I still love the game. I've never been good at it because I would say my creativity level is pretty low when it comes to things like that. But I enjoy it. It's a fun game. But yeah, those are probably my top 3.
All right. So my top 10, I couldn't narrow it down to 5 like we had talked about earlier, but whatever.
You broke the promise.
I broke the promise.
I broke it hard. You didn't notice that I talked about 10 games?
No, I didn't. I wasn't
Any
listening.
honorable mention?
Yeah.
So my number 10 is a game called Smite. Smite is a third-person MOBA similar to League of Legends, and it basically was almost a one-for-one copy of League of Legends, other than it was third person. The characters were different characters, but they had different names and all that stuff, different names of their abilities, but their abilities were very similar. Regardless, I played many, many, many hours of that game with my friends. That's one of the things all of us with the computers got into. The thing, rip one.
Yep.
Thing over there just giggling like a little
kid.
little schoolboy.
I think it's dissipated now.
Anyway.
Doesn't work like that.
When we first got our computers, that was the thing we played. I do not play that game anymore, and I never will play that game anymore. I'm really bad at it, and it's really not fun to play anymore unless you're good at it. So I don't suggest picking this one up and playing it, but very influential to me. Number 9 is City Skylines. This is a game I always go back to. It came out 2015. Oh, Smite came out 2014 as well. City Skylines is a city builder game similar to like SimCity. Ever since it came out, I will go back to it multiple times throughout every single year. I will always re-download it, always update it, make sure I can play it whenever I just want to jump on it. I don't know why. It's relaxing. It's fun. It's fun to just lay out the roads. It's probably my favorite part is laying out the roads and making sure traffic isn't like jammed up or anything. Number 8 is PUBG. PUBG came out 2017. This was my first introduction to Battle Royale games other than Minecraft Hunger Games. It was like nothing I've ever seen before. I'm very bad at all Battle Royale games, but I love the idea of Battle Royale. It's really fun to pit up 100 people against each other and see what happens. But I've many hours into PUBG, a lot of fun. My number 7 is Black Ops 1. Came out 2010. For similar reasons to Skylar, I played a bunch of it. I would say the main thing for me was the zombies mode. I love Call of Duty Zombies ever since World at War. Every single map pack as they came out, I would buy them. After Black Ops 1, I stopped. Though Black Ops 2, I didn't really buy any DLC. But so many Black Ops hours have been played. It's really what got me into YouTube. I would record my own gameplays of games and stuff. Skylar and I did that one.
What's up, everybody? Weebuns here.
That's right. Weebuns is here. That's really what I got into. That's really when I started getting into YouTube. Now, granted, I had a couple Modern Warfare videos, but it really wasn't until Black Ops that I had started making more. I tried to improve the production quality, things like that. My number 6 is Titanfall 2. I believe Titanfall 2 was the greatest single-player first-person shooter campaign of all time. Hands down. It beats Halo. It beats any Call of Duty game. Titanfall 2, it's just fun. That's legitimately what it comes down to. It's a blast to play. It's fun to run around, run on walls, double jump, get in your Titan, kill some things. I love Halo, and I love the co-op of Halo, but Titanfall 2 still beats it for me. And also, the multiplayer is good. I haven't played a whole lot of that, but it's not bad. It's basically Call of Duty. Number 5 is The Last of Us. Last of Us is one of the greatest single-player story games I have ever played in my entire life. It's insane, the twist. There's just twists all over. It's like, oh crap, what is going to happen next? It does something that really develops your love for the characters in the game. And it makes you want them to makes you want to do your best that you can to make them survive. Number 4 is Pokemon Y. I've always been a giant Pokemon fan ever since Red and Blue. I skipped Generation 4, so Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, but I got back into them recently. Pokemon Y came out at a time when I was getting back into Pokemon, and so it made me really excited for it. I got into competitive battling with that game. And I put roughly 300 to 400 hours of that game into that game, and I didn't even shiny hunt back then. Like, that's how much I played that game. Number 3 is Forza Horizon 2. The racing genre is my favorite genre, right up there with first-person shooters. I love racing games so much, and Forza Horizon 2 did the best job of the open world mixed with the racing around a circuit. I loved Horizon 1, but Horizon 2 did everything better. Horizon 3 I was iffy on, and Horizon 4 is not as good. Horizon 2 is the best. That was 2014. Number 2 is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild's really one of the first open world games I really dived deep into, just completely got sucked up by. I'd played others kind of here and there, like GTA and whatnot, but it wasn't until Breath of the Wild that I really got into open world games and was just taken away by them. I just loved it. Loved every minute I played of that. And my number 1 is Minecraft. Easily the most played game I think of this last decade for me. I've played many hours. It's really what got me into PC gaming as a whole. I bought Minecraft originally, played it on my mom's laptop a lot. Of course, it wasn't as good. Eventually, I got a PC, and I was able to set up my own server on my computer with my friends. We were able to play games, and I just remember so many times of one of my buddies. I don't really hang out with him much anymore, but we would always play Minecraft together. We'd play on a server that we made. We'd jump into other servers like zombie servers where we just take over cities and kill kids as they came in and got their stuff, or made them fight each other and then kill them both in the end. Like, oh my goodness, it's so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
So many good memories with Minecraft. And I still enjoy it to this day. Like, I can always get back on Minecraft and then just do the same stuff I always do and enjoy it. It's my top 10.
That's cool. That's cool. You can get back onto it and still enjoy it a lot. That's cool.
I'm with you on that one, Cole. I
Very
wish I was
cool.
better at it. I do have one comment, though. Actually, a question. Minecraft was an indie game, yes?
Yes. It's
pretty
made
much,
by
yeah.
basically one guy. Eventually, a team grew out of it.
That's crazy. And I would say Minecraft's probably the biggest game of this decade, if we're
Has
being
to be.
honest.
Biggest indie game. Like,
Has to
no,
be.
Biggest indie game, biggest
game.
game thing,
Game,
like biggest
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
It has to be.
What do you got over there, Trucker Joe?
I'm just thinking.
So I do
No.
have one more honorable mention, but I'll throw it in after Zay does his because he might talk about
There's a lot of games I wish I got into more
Like
this
what?
decade. Like Witcher 3, Persona 5, Xenoblade Chronicles.
When did Xenoblade 1 come out?
2012.
Yeah.
Surprised that wasn't on your
I
list.
forgot about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That should have been on my list.
Yeah.
All those other games on my list had more meaning to me, so that'd probably have to be an honorable
Yeah.
mention. I thought about Doki Doki Literature Club was an honorable mention as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Zay, I think you still should play that one.
What game?
Doki Doki.
Doki Doki. We just
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
we just said the same thing at the same time.
It's like you're the
We're-
same person.
We're meant for each other.
I'll be the ring bearer.
Blossoming relationship has shown up here.
All right.
Tonight's podcast.
Mine might be a little bit different. Mine isn't like in a list. These are just like,
Okay.
It's all good.
yeah. I don't know if
Okay.
I have like a favorite game. But I remember. So my first one I'll say out loud is Red Dead Undead Nightmare, the DLC.
Oh, Undead.
So what's funny though about that is Thane, he bought like the Red Dead. He
The-
bought it, but then he bought the 2 discs. So he bought the original like campaign or story mode,
The Game of the Year edition.
and then Game of the Year edition, and then it had the DLC with it. It was 2 discs. So he took that one. I'm like, hey, Thane, can I borrow the Undead Nightmare to play it? And then he's like, yeah, sure. So I played a little bit of the Red Dead, like just the normal one, but then I beat the whole Undead Nightmare like
Yeah.
very quickly. So like I got into that. Like I really enjoyed that. It's very fun. The zombies and the story mode is very cool.
Yeah, that is a good time.
Let's see. I'll say. So Batman, the one that came out this decade is Arkham City. I really liked it.
They also had I guess Arkham City is the best one that came out this decade, in my opinion.
Wasn't there Arkham World that came out?
Arkham
Knight.
Origins and Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Origins is like not that good. It feels like a more watered down Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, I really got into Arkham Asylum. I beat that whole game. I
Yeah.
really liked it, and I really liked Arkham City. But since Arkham Asylum came out in like before 2010,
Yeah.
that's why I went with Arkham City. Still really cool games.
Arkham City is just like a great game. That's one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah, that
You
game's so
can't
much
say that
fun.
name? At 2008,
I think
9, something.
No,
what
it's 2011. Arkham City.
City?
Wasn't that the last
That's
one
what
they
I
made?
said.
Oh, that's when you said.
Yeah.
Arkham City's the
Oh,
last one,
Asylum's
right?
the first one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Arkham Asylum came out in like 08, 09.
Okay. Sorry, Thane.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, thing you say it. Oh okay.
No. Yeah.
The
I'll-
riddles
Yeah.
in freaking both of them though. The riddles are
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yes.
It's like a
I'll
whole nother
agree.
thing, dude. I loved solving riddles.
And I think I don't remember which game it was, but when you solve all the riddles, you get to punch Joker in the face. I think that one was City. Yeah. Like
Oh.
you get to like go fight him and just. It's like that's what you get for making me solve all your stupid riddles.
It's so much fun though,
Yeah.
dude.
He's not the Riddler though.
But Jim Carrey is.
What?
I
Talking about the
I
Riddler
like
and the
him.
Joker thing.
The Joker was also a great part of the game.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about it. It's cool. You guys all have the
It
you
set the
guys all
bar
got the
for
games,
comic
so you
book
guys need to play them.
Tie-in games.
And you do the Lego ones too.
See, they downloaded the Epic ones.
Yeah.
They got them for free. You guys need to
Yeah.
take
Yeah,
advantage
Get
of
wrecked thing. I got it for free.
Well, I've played them since the beginning. So
I
They're so
bought
much
every
fun.
single one of them, and I've gotten them for free, and I've never put one into a console or push start on any of them.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
I have owned them twice.
It's a stack. It must be a stack that's
God.
I've
growing.
heard so many people say they're the greatest games like ever, and I'm like, okay, I'll play them one day.
Not. I mean, I don't. Maybe it's. I think it's just me, but it says it's one of the greatest ever. It's so much fun.
Lots of people
Yeah.
say that. Like that's why I own them twice.
Yeah, I think you guys would really like
But
it.
you're also a
Yeah.
big Batman fan too.
Yeah, but dude, I've said it before, but the combat system's so much fun.
Yes.
Comboing, like you get in the middle, like 30 henchmen, you can just combo them all. Oh, so much fun. Get a huge point stack. Oh, it's so nice. It's just so nice. You get like a 50 hit combo, and it just like it's tallying up for you right there. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I'm doing great.
Just two superheroes.
It makes you feel cool because like you're hitting a bunch of like you're getting like a bunch of sweet hits and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Two superheroes that always have great material for games are Batman and Spider-Man.
True.
You ain't wrong. Superman, on the other hand, needs some loving.
we need a good Superman game, and Rocksteady could probably do it, but I think they might be done with comic book game. I don't even know what they're doing right now. Hopefully they'll do something soon.
Just a remake
Yeah.
of Superman 64. Soft
Oh.
reboot.
Oh no. Yeah. Good decade this year for gaming.
They's
Yeah, it
not,
was a
they's
good
not
decade.
done.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were. I don't
I
know
was waiting
what.
for him. I was gonna see what he's gonna do.
What else do you? What else do you got?
What else do you want to say?
Nothing.
What do you got?
You gotta say the one, though, Zay. The one that we
Nothing.
didn't say that you need
Nothing.
to say.
Nothing.
Nothing anymore.
I really liked The Walking Dead Telltale.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
a lot of fun.
That was an
Yeah.
honorable mention for me.
I remember. I don't like those kind of games, like the decision, like point and
Yeah.
click, but that made it fun. I don't know why. But they did a really good job of making it
I
very
feel that
interesting.
The story's just like really engaging.
Yeah, you get attached
It's
to the
just a
characters
story.
and like decision making and stuff. Like you actually, you're worried about like how the decision will affect you later. Pretty
I
cool.
like those just story decision
Very
type
cool.
games, especially when they're RPG type games. Yeah.
Let's see another one. See, my other ones are
Just say him.
That's fine. You can say them.
Everybody's different.
I liked a game I'll never play again.
Oh, it's true. No, I put Fortnite. I like Fortnite.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I put that one too.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say
Fortnite.
about it. It's
You've
it's
probably
cool.
played that the most of any game in your life.
Probably not even
Yeah.
kidding. Well, GTA, dude, I put a lot of
Yeah.
hours into
Okay.
GTA.
But
I played that game for like 6.5 hours the other day straight. I didn't get up once.
Yeah.
If that's not a statement,
wow.
that game's a lot of fun. Yeah, so Fortnite and then GTA 5. So I think Yeah, GTA 4. I played a lot. I played a lot of all the GTA's almost, but GTA 5 is the only one that came out this decade. Yeah, I think it's the best one, hands down. I don't know. Story's amazing. I really love the story, and then I love the random events thing, where like anything can happen. It's just like all the other open world games like Red Dead or Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much fun.
They really did a good job, I think, with the GTA open events.
Dude, it's so much fun. Just
I remember
all the events are like nothing's scripted. Like, of course, what happens is, but like you don't know when it will happen. You don't know if it's the first time you ever experienced. You're like, why is this guy like telling me to follow him or whatever? But then you do, and then either it gives you like some reward, or you like. There's times where people will tell you to follow them, and then they end up like just like sticking you up. Like they'll try and kill you for your money or your guns or whatever.
I remember. I think I remember Red Dead. There were a lot of random events that.
See, that's cool. Rockstar does so good at that.
But
I like that.
I think since it was kind of the first time they did it, they did get repetitive. You kind of knew like, oh, I know this is a stick up. I know what to do. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
But GTA 5, like I think like they legitimately felt like more varied. I remember there was one specific one where the two bank robbers that you collaborated from in GTA 4, they were trying to drive a getaway car. It's like, hey, get us out of here. And they were mentioning events GTA 4. It's like, this is worse than the time we were robbing a bank in New York or in
Albany,
Liberty City.
Oh yeah,
it's
Liberty
like,
City. But
it's those two guys. Okay.
and what's weird though is they tied another one is like there's that whole DLC, The Lost and the Damned, that biker gang.
Yeah, they killed the main character.
That's who you kill right away is Trevor in GTA 5. So they kind of just tied in.
They also, I think they kind of made a statement. It's like, you
weird.
didn't like this game. You didn't like that character, so we killed him for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wasn't the fan favorite, so.
What's another one? Then I just put NBA 2K13.
Is that okay? So I gotta ask.
Oh, what's the difference between all the different years?
No.
Okay.
Because I've been listening to a podcast, and they've been going over their decade list as well.
Yeah.
And they also had like special guests pop on, and one guy said 2K14. I think is there 2K14 or 13? And I asked Jake.
What was special about it?
I asked Jake which one was your favorite, and he said 15. So why was 13 your favorite?
Honestly, I think it has a lot to do with like how much time you put into it.
Gotcha.
It could just be like a personal thing.
Gotcha.
But for me, I think 2011 was the first year they brought Michael Jordan in. So before Michael Jordan, like they didn't have the permission to use him or whatever. So like when they brought him in, you could like play as him, and then like they eventually like you could play as like these huge players.
Yeah.
That was really fun. So like in 2013 or 2K13, that was like a new way, and then like the story mode and like create your own player. I really got into that. Like I remember you can create your own player and like play through a whole season or whatever. I really liked that. You customize your own guy and you like build your skills and stuff. I poured a lot of hours into that.
That's pretty cool.
That's about it.
Awesome. Well, I do got one more honorable mention that I think all of us can relate to, except for Cole. Sorry, Cole, but Resident Evil, guys. Dang, I thought this would have been on your
Resident
list.
Evil 5, bro. Well, when did Resident Evil 5 come out?
5 was 2009, maybe.
I was talking specifically about Resident Evil 7 because that's the one we played.
Seven
got
inside of me. It was so much
7 really brought
PTSD.
It brought it back, dude.
7 really jolted life back.
Res 5 was
after
2009.
After the god awful Resident Evil 6, I did not like 6.
I remember Jordan bought 6 when we played that. I'm like,
I bought it.
Maybe it was you.
Yes, I bought it.
I remember playing that with Jordan. I'm like, this just has on the same magic as number 5.
Yeah.
But then 7.
Number 5
really
was like
well.
was like playing it alone. It was awful because the Sheva or
sucked. Your AI companion sucked.
Your AI companion, whether you play as Sheva or Chris, like they both sucked.
Wait, you could play story. You could play story mode together, right?
Yeah, but play it together.
So cool. We need to do that.
Yeah.
But play it together, and it's just a fun rock. Resident Evil 6, like the magic, like they took out like what kind of made Resident Evil 5 special and kind of made it more like a third-person shooter. And it just felt watered down and just boring. Like it didn't like I think they were trying to go in the middle of like trying to please third-person shooter fans, like people like Gears, and also trying to still keep the survival horror elements. But like I think they should have just been honest with this. It's like, all right, take out all the survival horror and just make a pure action game. That's what I thought they should have done.
That
But
being said,
instead-
though, Resident Evil 4 compared to 5, number 4 completely triumphs. I think from
Yeah.
4 to 5 is a letdown, but from 5 to 6 is horrible.
Yeah.
And I
4
loved Resident Evil 5. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Number 4 is like the pacing. Like, I think the only game that really rivals it in pacing is Resident Evil 2, and those games both star Leon. Leon is the best boy.
Look at him. Oh my gosh.
But yeah. And also, people say the old school Resident Evils between 1, 2, and 3. Number 2 is the best. And guess who's also in that, because it was remade.
Claire.
And Leon. Claire and Leon.
Chris Redfield's sister.
Yeah. Also, actually, a lot of people like Code Veronica. And guess who's in that one?
Leon?
No, Claire.
I have another honorable mention. Portal 2.
Ooh.
Portal 2 was one that... Now, this is a true story. This is before I played any Portal game. I remember I was sitting in my living room, and an ad for Portal 2 came on. It was just the little robots, Peabody and the other one. I don't remember the other one.
Wait, was it on TV?
It was on TV.
Whoa.
I was in the living room with my mom. My mom was like,
What is
wow,
that?
that game looks like it would be fun. It'd be good. Because she's like trying to get me like not to do like violent games
Oh.
like Call of Duty and
Wow,
stuff.
that one seems simple.
And I don't know what I said word for word, but it was along the lines of, no, that game looks dumb.
Oh.
Get roasted, Mom.
Get roasted, Mom. And eventually I played Portal 1, and I was like, this is so good. And this is when I started getting cultured with video games. And I started realizing what makes a good game compared to shoot 'em ups.
Yeah.
And then I asked my mom for Portal 2 for my birthday. Got it for my birthday, and it was one of the greatest games I'd ever played.
Yeah.
It was very good.
The co-op.
Sorry,
The greatest thing they did was
Love you.
that co-op.
Yeah, the
That's like-
co-op's real good.
Yeah. And it's a separate campaign, so it doesn't feel like an awkward, like, oh, we'll put a second shell in the
Yep.
main co-op. Instead, it's just the two Peabody and
Herman. I always call him
Herman. I
Herman. I
don't
don't think
know.
it's his name.
it's like Peabody and Sherman.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why I say Herman.
Dude, there's some...
Atlas.
Also,
Atlas.
Atlas and
There was
Peabody.
another one too. Freaking Borderlands. Borderlands was a fun game,
I
bro.
think
Yeah.
Borderlands 2 came out this decade. Borderlands 1, I think, was like 2008,
Oh.
9.
But even then,
Borderlands 2 still was a
yeah, I really liked that,
big
dude.
game.
Yeah, it was still a lot of fun. I really liked that one.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, when I saw an ad, like, I was keeping, when I had GameFly, I did rent the orange box from, on my Xbox 360, and that's how I played Half-Life 2, because I heard about Half-Life 2. I was like, man, I like to play that. That looks awesome, and I did, and it was pretty good, pretty solid. And then I had Portal in there. It's like, ooh, this is fun. And I saw and I heard Portal 2, and I was waiting for it, and I knew what it had, everything. I was looking out for that game. And surprisingly, I saw an ad on Nickelodeon of all places.
That
like,
might have been where I saw mine.
it's like,
Portal
too.
2.
whoa. Also, the cameras.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll be back.
So speaking of camera, I'm gonna throw this on you guys, and I know you guys weren't expecting this, but just to quickly close up, we've been going for like an hour and a half, but I want you guys to pick, and you get to pick one thing, but what would you say has been the biggest, in your opinion, the biggest tech of the decade, like most advanced or most influential or whatever, your favorite piece of tech of the decade?
I'll just get my answer right away. It's the smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's easily been one of the biggest game changer there's been. I remember asking my dad for an iPhone 4S because I really wanted one because I could play games. I could, do all these things.
Surf the web.
Oh, your friends had them too.
Yeah, for real. I got my dad on the whole that you can take pictures, and he loves taking pictures because he grows flowers, he hybridizes them. He loves taking pictures of with his phone. He always gets the newest phone so he can get the better camera for his pictures. Like
Cameras are crazy
the
on
cameras
smartphones,
on the
bro.
smartphones,
So crazy.
just the screen is just gorgeous. You can watch movies, watch TV. You can call people. You can listen to music. All these different things in just a one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game changer. 'Cause back in the day, we'd carry an iPod. We'd carry our credit cards. We'd carry another cell phone, a flip phone or something. We carry all these extra little things, and now we can have it in one spot.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Cell phone, it probably is. That's one of the biggest. Like,
Yeah.
think about where we started and like how much it's changed in 10 years. That's insane, bro.
You know what? I think I'm going to say, a Tesla car is probably a big
So like an electric car.
Yeah, it's a big step forward to have something like that. But also another piece of, I don't know if it's a piece of technology, that's more a piece of software. I think the Unreal 4 engine is probably one of the most advanced engines
For video games.
And it's free. You can use it for free. You just gotta
That's
pay.
crazy.
You just gotta probably pay a massive fee if you want to get your game published. But you can pretty much develop a game.
Wait, you can use their engine to be able to develop a game?
Yeah, for free.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't
You just
know
gotta
that.
make sure to pay the license when you're
Yeah,
done.
that's freaking cool though, dude. Dang.
So this is what I would say is, and
Tim
mine
Sweeney, I think that's his
mine
name.
for
He's a
sure.
genius.
Number one is the smartphone, but to do a different one is I would have to say streaming services. The ability to stream music, videos, and video games, and I guess for video games specifically, not talking about Stadia because I don't think we're there yet, but being able to download video games without using a disc, being able to listen to music through a streaming service, being able to instantly watch hundreds of thousands of shows and TV shows
So
from across all the
insane,
different
dude.
streaming
Yeah.
services. The ability to consume content now is completely 100% easy. It's crazy, and it's
changed.
cheap.
It's changed so much. I mean, at the beginning of the
Yeah.
decade, we get our movies via Netflix on the mail.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You get a disc in the mail and watch a movie and send it back and get another one come a week later.
Now all it
Yeah,
needs.
Redbox. I still
No.
think we were going to Blockbuster or with
Redbox
Hollywood
is
Video.
still alive, bro.
yeah,
That's
Hollywood
crazy.
Video, baby. You know what's funny? It's to tie this all back together. I played Portal 1 because we were at Hollywood Video when it was closing down, and I got a copy of the orange box for $2.
Nice.
Ugh.
It was a local spot. It was a local video place for
You-
anyone that
You know
doesn't
what's
know.
funny? is the sign for Hollywood Video is sitting at my dad's shop.
It is.
Nice.
And I
Got
asked
sign,
him if
dude.
we could have it, and he said, "Yeah, but we don't have anywhere to put it. It's humongous. It's
It is.
massive.
It's huge.
Like we couldn't fit it in our
Dude,
basement.
I loved Hollywood Video. It was an experience
Yeah.
going there.
It really
There's
was.
a lot of games I'd rent there and be like, and
It's crazy.
also
Rent a
finding out-
game, then take it
yeah.
back. It's so crazy.
yeah.
We're doing that all the time. I remember doing that. I'm like, hey,
With the Ninja Turtles.
okay, can we go get a game? I'd say it to my parents, and they'd be like, yeah, and they'll get their movies, and I'll get a game. It's so crazy.
And, the thing is,
Get the return
sometimes
on
you'd
time and
wonder,
all that.
is this game gonna work? No.
Yeah.
or what sucked though
It
is
would
you
work most of
you
the time.
you get a random game you don't know what it is, and then it ends up sucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you have for
Oh,
the weekend.
dang it, bro! I got the wrong
Oh.
choice.
This happened to me, and my parents didn't really go to these places a lot, so I went with Zay, but I convinced my mom to go once, and I got a game. I can't remember what it was, but I remember how close I got to the end because I just played it all weekend, and I couldn't beat it, and I had to take it back, and that was it.
That's the
My
definition of
parents
blue
would never let me
balls.
get games. I got only one time I was able to get a game. It was Jack X Racing
Nice.
Oh gosh,
For the PlayStation?
for the PlayStation 2.
sucked, huh?
No, I loved
Remember-
it, dude. It was fun.
Oh, okay.
I had a good time.
So this is also before the time where I could figure out, oh, I can go on the internet and look up a walkthrough, because before the internet, I thought you had to get a strategy guide, you had to call a number.
You
well,
did. You had to.
That's so insane. You have to get the book
But-
that says how to beat this game. Or
But
Yep.
Call
What
the
I didn't
1-800
know-
number on the back of the
what I didn't know
cartridge.
is that there have been guides online for years.
Yeah, there has.
And
But
I
they-
never knew this,
you just didn't know. Yeah, you
and I just
didn't.
abuse them now, because everyone has a guide on every game
IGN.
practically.
IGN's my number one source for
Yeah.
walkthroughs.
They got like a little
That's on
game wiki.
YouTube.
And I remember renting this game called The Haunted Mansion. It was like
Oh, it's Eddie Murphy.
No, it was very loosely based off the movie.
Okay.
Like one thing, it was like in a completely different time period, and you're playing this Ichabod Crane looking mother
He's got
boy.
a-
It was not
on
Eddie
his
Murphy,
head.
and like you had this lantern, and you shot like ghost orbs at the ghosts.
This sounds so.
And I
That
remember-
bizarre to
sounds so
me.
stupid.
I remember after getting to the first room, it was like, ooh, stairs, and they fall down. And
You
I
didn't know
tried
where
to
to go?
wander around the room, and I could not figure it out. And for that whole weekend, I had that game, and I couldn't figure it out. And I was so disappointed. I was like, oh,
Did you ever figure it out?
no, I never did.
We should look it up. See how you
The-
beat it.
I know. I should look that up. It's like, I probably would feel like such an idiot. It's like, that's what you got to do? Oh. One game that almost happened if my brother hadn't come in and started playing it was Tomb Raider Legends. There was a puzzle at the beginning that I couldn't figure it out, And my brother's like, here, I'll try it. And he does it. I was like, oh.
You smart
I probably
boy.
would have been stuck with that game, not trying to figure out that puzzle, unless my brother came in and helped. Other than that, I really did like Tomb Raider Legends because there was a lot of shooting in it. I was like, yeah, pretty fun game.
What about you, Zay? Did you say your tech piece?
Oh. Tech. I don't know.
I got another one too that I could throw in if you don't.
Probably. Oh, freaking. I guess maybe this has been around for a while, but when I remember, aside from all the things you guys said, I think I agree with all of them. I think when I got my first pair of like Bluetooth headphones.
Oh, dude.
That's what I was
Like,
gonna say. Yeah.
Bluetooth.
Like when I remember going to the gym with wired headphones. I'm like, it just sucks. I wish there was something else. And then maybe there was. I just didn't know. But like I remember when I bought my first pair and they don't have the wire on them. They're just the buds. I was like, oh, this is exactly what I needed. Because then like you can just put your phone down and you can leave or you can go like a certain distance away. But like it's so nice, dude. And then like they don't fall out of your ears. It's that for me was one of the biggest things.
You want to know what's crazy about Bluetooth?
Maybe it's been around for a long time, but
I don't think it has, because what's crazy about Bluetooth is I had a boss many moons ago. It was like five years ago. And I say boss loosely. She was in charge of me, but she was a multi-million, hundreds of millions. She was worth so much money, and like I said, she was my boss at the time. But she was on the committee that invented Bluetooth.
No way.
Really?
Yeah, and
Really?
she told me. I sat down and talked with her because, well. Anyway, the job I was doing, I was kind of stuck at her house for a little bit, and so I just sat, and it was me by myself. It was her and her husband, but I just sat and talked with them for like hours about what they did. And he owned a multi-million-dollar construction business, and then she was one of the freaking on the committee. So she didn't specifically come up with the idea of Bluetooth, but she helped mold it and create Bluetooth. And so she told me all about the process of it. And I would say even prior to this, like I mean, you know what Bluetooth was, but I didn't really use Bluetooth all that much, if we're being honest. You know what I mean?
I remember using it for music, though. I remember I'd send ringtones and music with my old flip phone. I would do that.
Yeah.
And I think that was all I used
via
it for,
Bluetooth.
too.
But I remember all like pictures, they were so bad. Like quality was so bad with pictures. But then if you think about it, Bluetooth headsets, whenever like you'd see like a guy that's like business suit or whatever, like that's always the joke. They have one in. They're like, hey, yeah, like that's kind of it was there. I mean, you just didn't think of it, but
it was kind of like a high class thing because you always thought of the businessman that had it.
Yeah.
Now everybody's got AirPods that do the same thing but better.
Or SkyPods, right there. Yeah.
I got one last honorable mention before we wrap up. Memory, just in general.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
I'm thinking back to my sister's having a iPod, and it has a 30 gigabyte hard drive.
Oh,
hard drive, not solid state drive. Hard drive. There were moving discs inside of this iPod.
Wow.
Dropped it. It would do
done.
the whole like skippy thing that like a CD would do.
wait, was this a fat iPod?
It's a thick iPod. It's one of the first ones that could play movies.
That's
and stuff.
so crazy. I didn't even think about that.
That's got to be like 2008, I would assume, maybe 2007. But regardless, like nowadays, 30 gigabytes is like pennies. And I think that iPod was probably $300 or $400 at the time.
Yeah.
And like you can get 30 gigabytes for pennies, and solid state media like flash drives for pennies.
Yep.
It's insane where we've gone, dude.
You can only do like a few movies with that, but like you could do a ton of songs with 30 gigs.
You definitely could, yeah.
Gosh,
The one thing to
that's
say,
insane, dude.
so Bill Gates back then, I think in like the 80s, 90s, had a quote and said, 200 gigabytes is all you'll ever need. And I'm like, wow.
But
Never
At the time,
probably-
though, at the time, it's all you
At the
needed. That's
time-
more than you'd ever need.
That's far.
No.
That's like what Skylar thinks about 2 terabytes. He was saying like, oh, I just need 2 terabytes. This is like maybe a month ago. And I'm like, no, Sky, you should get more because you'll need more. And then you said, I can't even. You even said this. You said, how am I gonna fill up 2 terabytes? I'm like, think about it, dude. You got games, you got videos. These will fill up.
But for me though, I'm thinking like I don't play that many games. If I do, it's occasionally like I'll get a game or whatever.
It fills up.
But then I don't get music. Like I don't get. I mean, I just don't think I'd use it.
It really does. I promise you.
I don't know.
So I don't think I said that. Cole. I definitely fill up 2 terabytes, but mine.
Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe I was just thinking
mine's 100% video though. Like my games, I can delete games. So if I had a 2 terabyte hard drive for just games, which is what I have now, I'm okay. But for my videos, because I always keep everything that we record, that fills up quick.
Yeah.
I think also the movie. There's a sci-fi movie called Johnny Mnemonic with Keanu Reeves, and like in the future you can like store your memories and delete your memories, and you had like so much memory in brain, and like this is back in the 90s, and they only have like 3 gigabytes of memory in the brain. It's like, wow.
I wonder if you try to convert it like your actual memories into space, how much space it would take.
It's not very much. I'm pretty sure it's not very much.
Because there's long term, but also short term.
I think short term memory isn't very much. I can't remember exactly.
It can't be. Those are like temporary files, basically.
Yeah.
That would be like temporary files.
Because in that show Steins Gate that I like, they that's what they do. That's how they send you back to the past. They send your memories back to the past. They convert it into a file, and they compress the file, then they send it back.
You have to unzip it after.
Essentially, it unzips it in your brain.
Gosh, that's so crazy.
I need a computer. That's a quote from the Giant Mnemonic.
Well, gentlemen, we have come to the end.
We've talked so much.
Yeah, this is the longest show we've done, and it's the first episode of season trace.
They won't all be this long.
Nope, sorry.
This is like
unless we start a Patreon.
Yeah, that's
Bad.
what she said. I mean, that's
It's
what
like
he said there.
Bad, Walking Dead. You know how like they begin the first season with like a hour and a half long episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like that. This is an hour and a half long premiere.
Maybe let us know. I like longer episode podcasts if they're really entertaining.
Yeah, I
but if
also
they're dry, like it's just
Well, are we dry? If we're
honestly,
dry, we need to lube up.
No, honestly, if it's boring,
we can do that.
But the thing is, if it's boring, if no one likes it, then they're just gonna turn it off. So like, if it's long, then if they like it, they're gonna listen to the whole thing. But if they don't, I mean, they can just turn it off like that easy.
But we like doing this show, so if you don't like it,
I enjoy long hour shows because then we can have more time to talk about things, and it's not like, oh, we can't express all the thing you feel about this because we have to meet the time.
Well, then should we turn this season into that? We can just speak our brains.
Maybe. I think it just depends because today there's a lot of things to cover. So I mean, we kind of had to because we all had a list of at least 5 games that we wanted to talk about. We all talked about them in detail almost.
Plus, we went on our 30-minute tangents like we always do.
Sleep and just whatever.
Talking about horses,
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Equestrians.
Part of the show.
It's equestrian.
We're back at that.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it just depends on the topic, honestly.
But I guess speaking of the show, we're doing a different layout of the show. Is like you can see, I got my laptop. I didn't really run this episode. It's kind of all of us together. But what we're gonna do is each one of us every episode is going to kind of come up with the show and
basically
topics.
Be the host.
Yeah, be the host. That's exactly what it is, Cole. Thank you.
Be the host of your own life.
Yeah. So who's getting next week, fellas? Since I kind of did this week, who wants next week?
Thane does.
Thane, can you put a show together?
It ain't gonna be me.
It's just an outline. All I gotta do
I
is
don't even know what he said.
So if it ain't gonna be me. If you shoot someone else, it's gonna be you because they're dead.
Yeah, you just killed us.
Come on, think about it.
It has to be you.
It ain't gonna be me.
It ain't gonna be me.
All you do is put together an outline. Ask people what they like. Like a topic that they want to bring up. You ask us what topics, then you write down the topics on the outline.
Right. You saw how it went today. Sky asked like 2 questions, and we just talked the whole time.
Yeah.
All right, fans, you heard it. Make that outline.
By the way, if you guys
don't do it, fans.
If you guys have questions too, feel free to ask. If there's questions that aren't really dumb that you want us to answer, I mean, we'll answer pretty dumb questions, but you know what I mean. Like,
why am I?
Yeah, why might pee be hard?
Why might pee?
We can answer that for you, but you're not gonna like it.
Well, I mean, he may.
Dad, my wiener fell off. Oh,
No?
son, that's not good. I guess we have
I
to
think
get the
if
stapler
if you
again.
guys have any questions, I think it'd be fun to talk about
Yeah, and I
user
was
submitted
thinking, like,
questions.
Because we talk a lot about older things like going to the video store. If you want to know about things like that, feel free to ask us because it's fun to talk about. It's fun to reminisce for us. It might be educational for you.
Do you guys think that
Into the
like every
champ,
week
the sister
we
out.
could just like throw up on Twitter or Instagram and be like, hey, ask us questions for the next show? We could do like fan submitted questions every week.
I feel like it had to be Discord for now.
Either
That-
that, yeah,
that's probably true.
and then after a while, it'd probably be email. I don't know.
I would love that. That'd
It's
be
good
Yeah.
because if there's so many people commenting on like social media, it's just you kind of
Well,
get
we'll
lost.
just we could go
sometimes.
through and just we could filter, go through, pick
Yeah,
five,
just pick
3 to 5
whatever,
questions or
but-
something. But
Wow.
what?
Oh.
that would be your job,
yeah.
Thade, because you're running the show next week.
Yeah, and
So
the
you would just ask the question in Discord. That's how we're gonna do it, guys.
yeah.
Hey guys, what's your favorite hentai?
Same man.
That's the question for next week.
Need
Yeah.
you saying, man?
But I guess the last thing we wanted to touch on too before is just what's in the works. I guess kind of the future of this channel. I know we talked a little bit about it in the season 2 finale, but
This is house cleaning.
yeah, pretty much. We just kind of wanted to keep you guys updated. Thane looks like he has something to say, so I'll let him say it.
Ooh, cold.
Nope, I don't got anything.
Oh, okay.
Maybe just wanted to shoot Skylar.
Yeah. Well, specifically, I wanted to talk about merch. We're in the works of we're in the works
Cole.
of working on merchandise. Cole has come up with some beautiful designs, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show. The new YouTube banner that we've got and the new thumbnails for the podcast, and
We have a new song. We have a new.
yeah. So that
we
this
have a new intro.
the intro
It's-
song that you heard for the podcast, Zay actually made.
Freak.
Zay and I
Almost me
made it
Skype.
together, but it's there's a lot coming, fellas and
Very cool,
ladies.
dude. Very
2020 is going to be
Thane
the
edited
year
the intro.
of the cat. Yeah, and Thane did edit
I
the
made
intro.
that intro.
Wait,
Thane's
What?
ideas for the
Year
intro.
of the cat. That's not, is that a
Now,
real thing you're talking about?
2020, the year of the cats, baby.
No, he's talking about
Oh,
Chinese New Year.
shoot, I
what you're
was thinking
saying.
Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
I'm like, the cat's not a thing in the
No,
Chinese
here's-
zodiac.
you want to know something? You want to know
That'd be
something
funny.
funny?
Do they add-
What?
That'd be
So
funny.
in the tale of how all the animals got in the Chinese zodiac, the cat was the 13th animal. It always got screwed over.
Yeah.
So this year's the year of the cat. For all those got screwed over, this is your year. Yeah, get your butt back
Get your
in
game
gear.
on, everybody.
Yeah.
Wow, Thane, that was inspirational.
But
I was
anyways,
thinking the year of the cat, everyone got screwed over. Like, you're going to get screwed over this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking when he first said that.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. He just said it.
That's
so
a
I'm
true
like,
story. Yeah,
Yeah.
The cat would get screwed over,
Oh.
and that's why I didn't get to be a part of the years.
Yeah.
well, I guess it depends on how.
Like the rat said, "Hey, get out of
Okay.
here. We're not
Okay,
doing
this is the year of the cat. The cat's coming, baby.
Yeah.
We coming.
Yeah, don't get screwed over
We
and
are.
try not to screw anyone over.
Yeah, we coming, baby.
Actually, you want something funny? Apparently, 2020 is the year of the rat. So
Well, we did call ourselves the
so
cat
we're
rats.
taking over. We're taking over the year of the cat. Overthrow the rat.
Yeah. So quickly before we end, we're working on. I need to talk to you guys about it, but I think we're gonna do our own website, which is where we will sell the merchandise from. Either that, or we'll just do eBay and Amazon, whatever's cheaper and easier for us right now, because we don't have a lot of expenditures. Is that the correct term? We don't have a lot of
Sure.
money to spend
Yeah,
right
our
now.
Patreon's not. It's weak.
I think we should work on a Patreon too. But anyway, specifically right now, what we got in the works is some shirts and some hoodies. I figured we start with 2 or 3 items and just see how it goes. What do you guys think?
I'm down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then occasionally or eventually we'll get like a pillowcase and a keychain and
Dude,
some
I wanna-
stickers
and a body pillow.
Imagine.
Some
body
Imagine.
pillows.
Body pillow.
You get like
Yeah.
you can get like you get someone's face or you can get all 4 of our faces on a pillow. Oh, that'd be so
the
weird.
whole
And
body.
it's the one where you
Dang.
like wipe it away and like reveals our face like at first. It's
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
red.
crazy,
The
bro.
Way.
sequin.
Sequin, yes.
That'd be crazy.
That's way down the line. We can't
Yeah.
make sequin pillows yet, guys.
Oh, we'll do it for my request.
Yeah.
We'll freaking
Yeah.
do that, dude.
We're
we'll
working
find
on
a
it,
way.
guys. But
Did you know there's Danny DeVito sequin pillows?
I bought Macy a Nick Cage.
yeah,
Cage
he's
one.
like you wipe away. He's like
That's freaking awesome, dude.
Well, everyone, thanks for hanging out with us. If you made it this far, comment down below and say I made it. I dare you.
I made it.
And if you skip to the end and
Still
you got to
comment
this
it.
far, just say I made
you
it.
cheated.
Yeah, say I cheated.
Lie to our faces.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
And we're gonna try and
I-
stream a little bit more.
Halo.
Yeah.
that you will be here next week.
For the show, because we're not going to miss a week. I don't think we
That was
missed a
so
week.
bad.
We didn't
Yeah.
miss a week.
I tried to throw Halo in there.
Are you sure we
were-
haven't missed a week?
It's really
We have
bad.
not missed a week.
No, we were late on a few
Well,
weeks, but
we're
Oh,
done with.
yeah.
We took a week off, so
Yeah.
technically we missed a week if you want to say that. But we
made a season finale and said
week-
we were going on a break. We were on a break.
Our
Thanks,
week game ain't week,
Ross.
boy.
yeah.
But hope you guys keep it rad.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can get hot gamer girl content like this.
Me scratch my knee.
Also, Zay runs our social media, so go chat with him on social media.
You can
By
make
following.
sure you follow him so you can like along with Zay all of the Fortnite clips that the RadKatz channel likes. Huh, Zay?
Likes or posts?
Posts,
Likes.
We post a lot of Fortnite.
Yeah, I need to
You
send
like
you-
them too.
I need to
see
send
them.
I
you.
don't
I need
like
to
any
send you
Fortnite clips.
the one
Do
for
I?
today.
You do. I saw it today.
I liked one?
It's when RadKatz liked this. It was a Fortnite clip.
Oh, it was freak because there's big streamers. I don't know.
You
Just
do
follow.
like
I
me.
don't know.
Shout out to those Fortnite streamers.
There you go.
And shout out to these boys for being here, for doing some podcasts. Have a fantastic night. Sorry, you guys had to see the hole in my pants. I've been trying too hard to cover it up this entire time.
Hope
but
you guys
Fame
have.
I
doesn't
forgot for
cover
a
up
second.
his.
Hope you guys
Fame
have a
does not
good rest of
cover
your
up
day.
his.
Keep
I hope you guys stay safe
it
today.
rad, and I'm not saying the next part of the phrase because we're ditching it. It's gone. No more keeping it.
Keep it bad, boy.
We
You know
both
something funny? You know something funny? Plasma pistol from this distance kind of looks like a rooster.
Kind of.
This is the Rooster Teeth podcast.
It does.
Bye.